very soggy Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. And the severe weather that has ripped through a good portion of the country has raised havoc here the past couple of days. No exception tonight, as we have cool temperatures and a good chance of more rain as the San Antonio Riders come to town to meet the Birmingham Fire. A key matchup, this one in the North American West, as we take a look at the standings in the World League heading to the second half of the season. And London remains perfect, as they were a winner over Raleigh-Durham yesterday. Barcelona just a game back. Frankfurt only 2 off the pace. In the North American East now, the Knights of New York, New Jersey have won 3 in a row, and they've got a game lead over Orlando and Montreal. The reason this is a big game tonight here at Legion Field, Birmingham can move into a tie for the top spot with the San Antonio Riders if they can pull off the win at home. And hi, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler along with Boomer Esiason. Boomer, we've got a soggy Legion Field tonight. It could really have an effect on the ball game, I think. You know, we saw San Antonio about 3 weeks ago. At that time, they're 0-2, struggling a little bit. Now they're the hottest team, really, in the World League, with the exception of London.
They really do look great, Brad. And the thing about the 3-game winning streak that I like is that they won the first 2 games with a quarterback that wasn't even on the roster, Mike Johnson. In the 3rd game, their original starting quarterback, Jason Garrett, came back and pulled them out of the fire, and they beat Barcelona, one of the best teams that we thought going into last weekend. Right now, their offense is flying high with the emergence of Ricky Blake, the league's leading rusher, and they bring in the league's leading total offense in terms of rushing, averaging 166 yards a game.
And their defense has not played that badly either, and they'll put some pressure on the Birmingham Fire. Birmingham, likewise, they were really struggling up until a week ago, and then they buried the Orlando Thunder and put 31 points on the board, 23 of those from the offense. So finally, Brent Peace is getting a little piece at quarterback.
That's right. Chan Gailey's offense was frustrated and stumbling the first couple of weeks, but now all of a sudden Brent Peace came to life last week against Orlando. However, they're going to be playing against one of the best defenses in San Antonio's defense. We talked about the weather, and the weather could play a big factor today because Birmingham leads in takeaways. And if San Antonio does not hold on to the ball, those takeaways could lead to big plays for Birmingham.
All right, I think they're going to need some of those takeaways tonight. And USA's helmet cam, well, we've got it on both a linebacker and a quarterback tonight. Brent Peace will wear it on the offensive side of the football for the Birmingham Fire. Number 10 right there, the Birmingham quarterback. And on the defensive side, one of the guys that's one of the leading tacklers in the World League, Paul McGowan, number 53. So we'll see helmet cam, and we'll see the Fire and the Riders, and we'll talk more about it when we come back.
Isn't Sir John late for tea?
Yes. I rather think he is. Rather. Jolly good cup of tea, Perkins.
Now no one is safe from American football. KFC introduces the World League Challenge Sweepstakes. You could win $1 million instantly, or over 10 million other prizes, including delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. So rush into your local KFC restaurant and play today. Good luck, dude!
No one can guarantee you a perfect world. A world where the unexpected never intrudes. But some of us know we'll be taken care of quickly and compassionately. In an imperfect world, you're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
Great defense starts with your feet. And I have MVP feet. That's why I plan to pump from Reebok. When I'm pumped up, I get support, protection, and a custom fit that's unbeatable. I'm a hot dog. But when it comes to protection, this is no bull. Pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the World League. By the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out. By Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. The Fire home to the San Antonio Riders tonight. Let's go down to the third guy on our broadcast team, Michael Barkan. Bark.
Hi, Brad. I'll tell you, we've been doing this World League thing for, what, 15 years or so now, and never in my life have I seen a specimen like I have before me right now. This guy is John, the Hulk Man, Layfield. He likes pro wrestling, and he likes defensive players even better. What do you think of tonight's game, Lay?
Well, I'll tell you what, little man. I was down on Mount Olympus breaking blows with my bare hands. God said to me, he said, Holster, you got to go to Birmingham. There's a fire up brewing. So I ran down the ocean. 15 days and 15 nights I swam, dude. I fought hurricanes. I fought the sharks. The last 1,000 miles, I ran on the world's largest storms. And now I'm here, dude, and the fire will be put out.
What do you think about the defense? I know they're tough. They're coming at you.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. I talked to Norman Schwarzkopf, and he loaned me the world's largest Patriots. Not built by McDonnell Douglas, but built by the workouts and the vitamins, and talking to the big dude upstairs. And what you gonna do, Birmingham, when the world's largest storms and the San Antonio Riders run wild on you?
I don't think there's anything more to be said, Brad. Boomer, we'll check back with you later.
All right, and we've got wrestling tomorrow night on USA, too. Oh, boy.
I love it. I want him in my huddle. I love it.
Great stuff. You got to have him on your offensive line, right? Mike Lynn, the president of the World League, here in attendance tonight, and took off the rain gear out for the coin toss. We have an 80% chance of more showers throughout the night here in Birmingham. Currently, we've got temperatures in the mid-60s, actually 63 degrees at game time. You see the winds could have a factor on some of the punts in the kicking game, that 80% chance of rain. And Boomer, with a team like San Antonio that runs the ball so well, do you give them the edge in this kind of condition?
I think you have to. I think anytime you come into a game and you're playing against the leading rushing attack, that really puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And right now, the Birmingham Fire defense is ranked 9th out of 10 teams against the rush. So they're going to have their hands full. They're going to have to come up with some turnovers, and that's one thing that they do very well on the defensive side of the ball.
Mike Riley, the head coach of the San Antonio Riders, who's making a return homecoming here to Legion Field in Birmingham, where he played his collegiate football under Bear Bryant. And we talked to him yesterday, and I said, will you have a little twinge when you walk in there as a head coach tomorrow? He said, I already did at practice today. So he knows the feeling of being here as a player, but never as a coach. And right now he's got one of the hottest teams in the World League in the San Antonio Riders, who will kick off. Birmingham having won the toss, and they'll have the football first. James Henry back deep. And Jim Gallery gets into it. And about 8 yards deep, Birmingham will have to bring it out. And only to the 8-yard line. Great job on the special teams by the Riders. And so Brent Peace and the offense for the Birmingham Fire in a bit of a hole. There comes number 10, Brent Peace, who has been booed by the Birmingham fans. He has heard that noise, but last week he put the critics to sleep a little bit with a great performance. A couple of touchdown passes, and he caught one against Orlando. Joining him, Kenny Bell and Steve Avery. Phil Ross at tight end. Willie Boyer and Stacy Mobley are the wide receivers. The front wall, Mullen, Tanks, Anderson, Iniguez, and Buddy King for the Birmingham Fire. They start inside their own 10-yard line. Mobley in motion. And the give will be to Avery. And a penalty marker down in the first play of the game as Avery got it out to the 10. 2-yard gain, but again, flags down.
Motion, number 82 offense.
And it was Phil Ross, the tight end, who jumped a bit early. Defensively for San Antonio, and as Boomer said, it is a good one. The Riders up front, Bailey, Ross, and Fletcher, who's in there for Donnie Gardner, who was put on injured reserve today. Ledbetter's a new starter at the linebacker spot with Gilbert, Walton, and Manning. And the secondary, Nicholson and Richard with Cooney and Watson. So a couple of changes, one on the front line defensively and one at the linebacking core for San Antonio.
We'll see how much that affects them, Brad. You know, San Antonio's defense is only allowing a 37% completion percentage against it. So Brent Peace is really going to have his work cut out for him tonight.
Second down and 9. Avery in motion. And Brent Peace to throw for the first time tonight. And overthrew Kenny Bell, his intended receiver, and Ledbetter, number 94, was there covering. So it brings up 3rd and long immediately for the Fire. And they're only about a 26% team on 3rd down.
All right, 3rd 9, man. 3rd 9.
Right formation, Ronda, 269 fin. Ronda, 269 fin. Ready?
You get the call, and you see the look from inside the helmet of Brent Peace on 3rd and 9, and he'll work from the shotgun. A 4-receiver set for Peace, who will drop near his own goal line to throw, and over the middle has his man out to the 19-yard line is Willie Boyer, and it's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they spot him. Might be just a little bit short, but I think they're going to take a look at it.
I'll tell you, Brent Peace did a nice job standing in the pocket in the face of a blitz. Number 57, Tim Walton, came right up the middle. Take a look at this through the helmet cam. You could see him looking right down the pipe. Here comes 57, Walton, unblocked. Stands right in there and makes a nice delivery. A good job by Brent Peace that time, hanging in there and showing poise in the pocket. The last time we were down here, we didn't see that.
Short it was, Boomer, by just a bit. And so that brings on Kirk Maggio to kick. He's done a nice job, second in the league. San Antonio 10 men up. Elliott Searcy, the deep man. And they'll whistle this one dead as Birmingham was trying to draw San Antonio offside.
Number 8, offense.
Not a bad move with only about 2 feet to go for the first down.
I'll tell you what, Brett, I don't know if they were really trying to do that. I think probably what happens is that the center for the special teams is not used to looking at the 30-second clock. And in this case, you know, they get 25 seconds and that clock is running. They tend to forget how much time is on the clock.
Now we're behind Kirk Maggio. And there's movement on the offensive front for Birmingham. No flags. The kick is a good one. There is a marker down at the line of scrimmage. Searcy from his own 37 found a little crease and another penalty marker down at the end of the play. It's flag football here early at Legion Field. We've got one at the line of scrimmage and one on the return, a 49-yard kick and a 5-yard run back by Searcy.
You'll have a legal motion. You'll probably have a legal motion by Birmingham.
Mike Riley on the left, Chan Gailey on the right, the respective head coaches of the Riders and the Fire.
We have motion on the offense. An illegal block on the receiving team. Offset, 4th down.
All right, let's do it again. Chad Thorson, the punt snapper. You see his head come up, and the San Antonio team not only took off, but so did one of the Birmingham Fire players on the left flank. So that motion cost them 5 more. Now, Kirk Maggio is going to have to do it again. Offsetting penalties.
And a very good start for Birmingham. 3 penalties right off the bat.
Again, the Riders have 10 men up. They've got the return set up this time, and the kick is not as good. A knuckleball. Searcy fair catches and takes at the 46-yard line. Only a 33-yard kick that time, and so the San Antonio Riders offense in great shape already in Birmingham's end of the field. They'll start 1st and 10 at the Fire 46.
Somewhat of a mild quarterback controversy in San Antonio. Mike Johnson played so well in the 2 games that they had won, but Mike Riley really feels that the true general of his offense is Jason Garrett. Starting the year, he played well against Orlando, but got hurt against them.
There's Jason, and the offense to go with him is a good one. Ricky Blake and Andre Johnson, 2 of the best backs in the league. The tight ends, Ronnie Williams. He's used heavily by Jason Garrett. Dwight Pickens and John Garrett, the wideouts. Husby, Kiselak, Vitale, Harper, and Layfield, who we heard at the beginning of the game on the front for San Antonio. Garrett to throw on 1st down. Goes to Ricky Blake, who got buried after he made the catch, but he picked up about 5. John Brantley, the linebacker, came over to make the hit. Part of a good Fire defense. As we take a look at that group, there's John Brantley, who made the tackle. On the front wall defensively for Birmingham, it's Otis Moore, Darrell Phillips, and Pelham McDaniels. They're starting to put a little more pressure on the quarterback. Here's an excellent linebacking core, though. Heish, McGowan, Brantley, and Oliver. And the secondary, Sanders, Holland, Miller, and Arthur Hunter. 2nd and 5, San Antonio at the 41 of Birmingham. Toss sweep. Ricky Blake puts his head down and just takes people with him to the 1st down at the 35.
One of the reasons that Mike Riley likes Jason Garrett so much is that he's a smart player. You can see coming right out, 1st down, short little pass, as good as a 5-yard run, comes back, is running the no-huddle offense effectively already.
154.
Hands the ball to Ricky Blake. It's a nice mix that they have. They're about 50-50 run the pass in terms of total yardage.
Black, 721. Black, 721.
1st down. Riders at the 35 of Birmingham. Nice play fake by Garrett. He sets and fires to his tight end, Ronnie Williams, at the 30. So another 5-yard pickup. Williams last week caught 8 balls for 67 yards. And Jason Garrett told us last night, Boomer, he's his main man he wants to go to.
He's a nice big target. And again, this is a play-action fake. San Antonio is doing exactly what they like to do. They're going to fake the ball to Ricky Blake and Andre Johnson in the backfield. It's a nice catch by Williams, holding on to the ball as he gets hit.
Tracy Sanders made the stop. 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 for the Riders. 3 wide receivers there to the bottom of your screen. Little delay give to Blake. He's in trouble. Let's see if he can get around all the Fire players. No dice. Dropped for a yard loss. Arthur Hunter, John Brantley, and Paul McGowan all over there defensively for Birmingham.
Well, that's the thing that you want to do to Ricky Blake. He doesn't possess great speed. He's a big fullback type runner, north-south. You start him going east and west, your defensive players can pursue. And your outside linebackers and your defensive backs have the speed capable of running him down. You got to hit him low because he's so big.
And that's what Arthur Hunter did, only 193 pounds, giving away about 45 pounds almost in weight, but he made a nice stop, and it's 3rd down and 11. Billy Hess in motion. Blitz coming on Garrett. Safety valves his tight end. Williams, who made the catch, broke a couple of tackles, but still got only back to the 30-yard line, where it's going to bring up 4th down and 5. Arthur Hunter again in on the tackle.
One of the things that our viewers can listen to when they hear each of the quarterbacks calling the signals at the line of scrimmage, just listening to the tone that they're talking, you can hear just how poised Jason is at the line of scrimmage. Very methodical. He's speaking so everybody can listen and hear. He's not rushed in any sense of the word. He's doing a real nice job being poised at the line of scrimmage.
High snap. Jim Gallery tries one from 48 yards. No way that one will even get close. A line drive kickoff to the left. John Garrett did the best he could to get the spot down, and Mike Riley's Riders come up empty. After taking over in Fire territory, they come up scoreless, and that's where we are with 9:05 to go first quarter. That one's wide, and we're still even at 0-0.
One-of-a-kind taste that's out of this world. You can't beat the real thing.
How far do you think it is? Oh, about 140 miles. And there ain't a thing out there.
Reliability isn't a sticker you put on the windshield. It's something you darn well better design in from the start.
This is far. This is forever.
You know, we're not selling these cars to mechanics. It could be someone like your mother, and they just gotta know they won't be left sitting somewhere by the side of the road.
I mean, that's the way I would want it if I was a customer.
Hey, look at this. Civilization. Sort of.
New on the Adventure Channel. They're tough, they're brave, and they're all women. They're hills you've never seen.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
On the San Antonio sideline, the Riders took over in Birmingham territory and couldn't get the field goal. Some of the fans that have braved the conditions tonight. Brent Peace in the offense takes over this time at their own 31-yard line.
And you can listen to Brent Peace at the line of scrimmage, and let's just see how poised he sounds.
Stacey Mobley in motion. Toss sweep this time to Elroy Harris. And Harris put his head down, took a few Riders with him. Calvin Nicholson and Ledbetter in on the stop defensively.
Go Queen left, Topo Zip, 135.
It should be an off tackle to the left side, 35, I believe. If I figured out their offense yet, Brad. Last time we were here, they caught me on a few of them.
2nd down and 5. Let's see if they go to the left. Harris was picked up from a Montreal Machine. He was waived by that club, and here he is in the backfield for Birmingham. He had a good game last week. Here he comes in the 5-hole off the left side, and the first down. Out to the 43-yard line. First down for the Fire. Greg Gilbert made the tackle.
See, if we're running away from the strong safety, that's good. Okay. Sweep the Queen. Okay, go Queen right, 139.
Okay, what he's doing, he's saying Queen right. What happens is he's trying to run away from the strong safety of the defense, so he's going to shift his tight end. He's been shifting his tight end. The strong safety will line up with the tight end. Time he's running away from the tight end and away from the strong safety.
Harris goes wide, and he's buried by David Bailey, the outside defensive end for San Antonio. He's one of the key players on that defense. We continue to listen in to Chan Gailey.
Okay, let's go with a right formation, go strike 602.
Here we go, Stacey. Let's go right formation, strike 602, strike 602. Ready?
Strike 602 will be a pass pattern. He's in the shotgun. One of the nice things that Chan Gailey has done for Brent Peace is that he has put him in the shotgun, especially against this blitzing defense against San Antonio. And here they come.
Here comes the blitz. Ledbetter got close. Avery got the middle screen and only picked up about 3 yards. Nice job staying home defensively. Roderick Manning, the outside linebacker, made the tackle and brings up 3rd down and 8.
He actually had a blitz called again. A screen against the blitz, which is a dangerous call because that means the inside linebacker, you see Walton, has the responsibility for the inside back. You always want to try to get a screen against the zone defense as opposed to a blitzing man defense.
3 wideouts to the right side, and contact made at the line of scrimmage as John Fletcher appears to have hit the right tackle for Birmingham, unless he was drawn offside.
Number 73, illegal procedure on the offense.
Buddy King did draw him offside. The right tackle moved. And so instead of 3rd and 8, it's going to be 3rd and 13.
This is the type of thing that hurt Brent Peace early in the season. I mean, he's really working hard out there. He's mentally into the game. He's trying to pull the defense off.
Trips right, Rhonda. Rhonda, 962 seam, 962 seam. Ready?
On 962 seam, he's going to try to hit somebody down the middle of the field.
3rd down at 13. Again from the gun with 3 wideouts to his right. Brent Peace. They take off with it. Manning got a piece of him, and then he got buried at the 45-yard line. Tim Walton made the tackle. So on 3rd and long, the fire comes up empty again, and they'll be forced to kick it back to San Antonio.
Stacy Mobley was the one running the seam pattern, but Brent Peace did not have an opportunity. You can watch through the helmet cam just what it's like to be in a car wreck. He steps up in the pocket, and all of a sudden, here they come. They're looking for him.
Oh. Well, Brent's got a little while to put it back together while his punter, Maggio, knocks one off the side of his foot. Searcy trying to shag it down. It does on the hop of the 14 and got a couple yards out of the return. So neither defense willing to give in much to these 2 offenses tonight with 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless at Legion Field in Birmingham. We'll be back.
From the Far East to Europe, across the Caribbean, and throughout North America, only one airline covers so much of the world with so much warmth.
Yes, dear. Shopping. You know what I need. How am I going to find the time? Just an hour? But I need jeans, sneakers, clothes for the gym, and boat shoes. And I won't spend a day at the crowded mall or wait online at a department store. Nemo's has all that? Ah, you've got to love it. Sure, I'm alone. Yes, dear. What do you mean I never say anything like that to you? Nemo, yes, I'll be home on time.
There's no place like it. You've got to love it.
Ruthless. Deadly. Think about it again. And they're taking on Harlem. I'm gonna put you out your misery. Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you 1 bullet. 1 bullet's right. 1 bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
Final conflict between good and evil has begun. Brad Davis, Anthony Dennison, Child of Darkness, Child of Light, Wednesday at 9.
Legion Field in Birmingham, scoreless with 5:37 to go first quarter. Michael Barkan is going to be along with us shortly.
I'm in the stands.
You're in the stadium.
Yeah. I mean, he is in the stadium.
We know where he is. He's in the stadium. Elvis has not left the building. San Antonio working from its own 17-yard line.
Go.
Jason Garrett, number 3.
Right ham.
Came back in, played about 3/4 a week ago.
He's going to run a little trap run right up the middle. Ricky Blake will come right up the middle the way Ricky Blake should run, right up inside.
Andre Johnson in motion. And here comes Ricky Blake. And he's hit at the line and swarmed under. Nice job defensively. McDaniels made the first hit, and John Brantley cleaned up. Michael Barkan, where are you, Bart?
Near side, right 20, Brad, as we say. I'm with Dee Riley, who is San Antonio coach Mike Riley's wife. What do you think of the game so far?
I don't feel too comfortable with it right now. It seems like they're stopping us. I just don't feel great about it.
But this is, I would think you feel a little bit better because this is sort of a homecoming for you. You're from Birmingham. This is where the two of you met.
I love being here. This is fun. We have lots of friends here at the game from university days and just family, so it's lots of fun.
Is there any difference in terms of Mike from CFL to World League?
Any different?
Yeah. What's he been like starting this whole thing up?
He's overwhelmed. He's real preoccupied, you know. He's just, everything's so new. He loves it, but he's, you know, pretty busy.
All right, there you go, Brad. Back to you.
You look like a guy that's overwhelmed.
Pretty busy.
He's definitely busy right now.
I got to say, that sounds like every coach's wife, though. I mean, the coaches really put in such long hours to create a successful team, and there's so much pressure on them to create a winner. I mean, I don't know if I could ever do that coaching business.
And, of course, all coaches' wives are up for sainthood, including Dee Riley, former Dee Thompson of Birmingham. Her parents still live here. And Mike says, we come back every year at Christmas. Now it's great to come back this time of year to coach my football team. First down on the run by Andre Johnson. And the play fake by Jason Garrett. And Jason's in trouble. Got away from the first wave and throws complete. Got it to his brother John at the 40-yard line. And another first down and a pickup of 13.
This is one of the things that Mike Riley was saying about Jason Garrett. Has a lot of poise, just knows how to move the ball down the field. Is always going to get positive yards for you. You can see his pocket awareness. He knows exactly what's going on in there. Always keeps his eyes downfield looking for the open receiver. And lo and behold, there's his little brother.
And John took quite a hit from Arthur Hunter. Garrett's 4 for 4 now for 28 yards. Back-to-back first downs by the Riders. They go back to the ground game to Andre Johnson, who's hit at the line and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Maurice Oliver is there, and so is Darrell Phillips, the nose tackle.
Usually what makes a great running back is not only that he has a great offensive line, he has a great blocking mate in the backfield with him. And unselfishly for Andre Johnson, he is making all the blocks for Ricky Blake to give Ricky Blake the amount of yards that he has and to give them the opportunity to be the leading rusher in the league.
That's Andre, number 27, there on the left, and Blake on the right, number 23. Second and 10. No score with just over 3 minutes to go first quarter at Legion Field. Jason Garrett back, goes short to Ricky Blake, and a nice shoestring tackle that time by John Brantley, the linebacker. Top running back tandem in the league in this football game. As Boomer said, they lead the league with 166 yards per game on the ground. And here's what Blake and Johnson have done. And you see Palmer and Bell of Barcelona. Of course, Paul Palmer has been out injured for a game or so. Frazier and Floyd for the Surge of Sacramento. So Andre Johnson and Ricky Blake, a #1 tandem. And they've got Broderick Graves, who we might see before the game is over, a third running back that maybe would start for a lot of teams in the World League. Third down, little quick draw, and not enough. Brantley makes another tackle on Blake. So John Brantley had a great defensive series for the Fire.
You know, I don't know about that. It's 3rd and 8, and I understand the call. One of the reasons they want to try to run a quick trap like that is because they feel that the defensive linemen are preoccupied with the pass rush as opposed to staying home for the run. And every now and then they'll pop that out of there. But I think Jason is into the game. He's warm. You know, why not roll him out a little bit? Why not let him throw the ball a little bit more? Because he seems to be in touch with what's going on around him tonight.
Sullivan's punt takes a nice bounce and out of bounds near the 12-yard line. So good job by Kent Sullivan with a 41-yard kick as we look at Birmingham at nighttime here on kind of a drizzly night. at Legion Field. We'll be back in a moment.
This is where it happened. The breakthrough in urethane chemistry that created a car polish so technologically advanced, one application lasts an entire year. Introducing Finish 2001, the car polish you use only once every 12 months. This old car's been badly neglected. Its finish appears destroyed. With no rubbing, no buffing, Finish 2001 with its urethane formula safely brings back the showroom shine, a rich, deep gloss shine that lasts an entire year. We tested Finish 2001 against other leading polishes, even some that claim to protect your car against fire or against acid. And the test results? Nothing, but nothing protects or shines better than Finish 2001, the 12-month car polish with a 100% money-back guarantee.
Finish 2001 is available at these fine stores.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find it.
How about a better hand soap?
Not us, we can't cope. We don't need no lava soap, no.
Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested?
No.
Lava, but don't try to cope without it soap.
A modern-day Ripper is on the loose. No one is safe. James Spader stars in Jack's Back on USA. Thursday at 9, 8 Central.
Coming up Saturday on USA, Ted Robinson and Dave Jennings going to be in Barcelona for the Fire. And the Dragons, they'll have at it 2 o'clock Eastern, then 8 o'clock on Saturday night. Tim Brandt and Dan Marino will be in Orlando for Frankfurt and the Thunder. And next Monday, Michael and Boomer and I will be in San Antonio for the unbeaten London Monarchs against San Antonio. And the Riders, of course, trying to win their 4th straight here tonight. Still no score, though, late in the first quarter. Fire with the ball back, and Kenny Bell takes it left side, and a nice run by Bell out near the 20-yard line. Got 7 or 8 before Kenny Watson put him down.
We'll see a lot more of Kenny Bell tonight, too. He's their double threat. He leads the team in rushing and in receiving. So he's an all-purpose back.
We look at the Birmingham skyline, and folks, there are some dark clouds over those buildings. I'll tell you that much.
Now, there's been thunderstorm watches, tornado watches, all kinds of things going on down here today.
We were taking in a little TV yesterday, and I'm telling you, they must have had 18 cut-ins for thunderstorm warnings in different parts of Alabama. On the ground, and for what looks like a first down. It was Kenny Bell. Mark Ledbetter in on the stop, and he did pick up the first down. They'll move the sticks. Ledbetter is kind of a swing guy, plays little linebacker, little defensive line, boom.
Yeah, last week he had to come in and play defensive line a whole second half, something that he wasn't used to, and Mike Riley said that he did a great job. Actually was, I believe, the second to last linebacker picked in the draft. Right. And turned out to be a real find for San Antonio.
5 tackles and a couple of sacks last week, and starting tonight for Terrence Cooks, who is out injured. Brent Peace is going to call a timeout with 36 seconds left in the quarter. And he's got a first down to work with after he has a chance to talk to head coach Chan Gailey on the sideline. Thomas Chandler Chan Gailey awaits his quarterback, and we await the call when we come back. 36 seconds to go first quarter. We're scoreless in Birmingham.
Most guys would tell you they don't really think about their hair. Right. Personally, I think most guys want their hair to look good as long as it's not a hassle. That's where Pert Plus comes in. It's a unique shampoo and conditioner in one. So, you get clean, more manageable hair than with plain shampoo, but without any extra work. That's Pert Plus. Hey, I admit it, I think about my hair. But it's not all I think about.
Wash and go with Pert Plus. Also in dandruff control.
A company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better, and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
Just 1 calorie and 100% NutraSweet. Nothing says real refreshment quite like Diet Coke. Nothing.
Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
.36 seconds left first quarter at Legion Field. The Fire with a first down. Just inside their own 24-yard line. Mobley in motion, and he gets it on the end around. Looking for a block. Ledbetter cuts him off, and a flag down. Might have an illegal block out there on Ledbetter.
Could be holding on R.C. Mullen, number 79. Ledbetter did a nice job staying home that time. Let's take a look at Ledbetter. His job is to stay at home backside. And R.C. Mullen is trying to cut him off. But Ledbetter does a nice job of stringing the play out and giving his teammates...
With an illegal block on the offensive team and a personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defensive team, penalties offset, still first down.
All right, so we do it all over again.
Mullen,
second time tonight we've had offsetting penalties.
Mullen did grab Ledbetter, but Ledbetter, again, did a nice job stringing that play out, giving his teammates an opportunity to pursue from the backside. He's there for that reason, to watch out for the... there's the first one by Mullen, the first penalty. Stacey Mobley better not give up when you get near that sideline, I'll tell you.
David Bailey's the guy they call the personal foul on, so we do it all over again. This time with 8 seconds left in the quarter and the clock running. Final play, first quarter in Birmingham. Kenny Bell, left side, got across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gary Richard made the stop from the secondary, and our first quarter has come to a close. So we expected both defenses to look good tonight, and they have so far. Both offenses trying to put it together. Scoreless in Birmingham, Alabama, and we'll be back in a moment.
When you grow up with a swimming pool in your backyard, the world's largest sandbox, and seats to the finest concerts, your standards tend to be rather high, especially when it comes to coconuts. And the favorite in paradise is the Calapuno, sweetened by the sun and moistened by the mist. Only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with chocolate. It's the taste of paradise.
The best thing about this GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone is that it's virtually static-free.
So cool.
Which is really great.
I think I'm gonna die.
Since most of us have enough static in our lives. Like teenagers.
Cool. Gotta go. It's for me. No, it's for me.
Hello. No, it's not for either of you. Sorry.
GE Crystal Clear cordless telephones. Because the last thing you need in your life is more static.
For you.
Thanks, Dad.
You got it, babe.
Dad.
Today, a guy losing his hair can choose between being the man he wants to be
You look great with hair. Do something to save it.
and the man he could become.
Can't you accept nature like everyone else?
Doctors have hair loss treatment programs that are proven to work, and the sooner you see a doctor, the better.
We don't want nature. We want hair.
When you've considered the arguments,
We might look great bald.
and you decide you want hair, there's only one thing to do. See your doctor, or call this number for more information.
Jason Garrett on the sideline, unable to muster anything really on offense for the San Antonio Riders so far tonight. Their ground game is what we talked about coming in. Brad Nessler and Boomer Esiason back with you. That ground game's been stifled by the Birmingham defense.
Birmingham coming in was 9th against the rush on defense, so I'm pretty impressed with the way they've handled Blake and Hunter Johnson.
Let's see what Brent Peace and the Birmingham offense can do as we start the second quarter. Fire at its own 27. Inside give. Kenny Bell weaves his way up to the 29-yard line. Still going to be third down and close to 5.
10 personnel. Okay, go trip left. Rhonda, 219 juke.
Let's take a look at the handoff inside from helmet cam.
Get a little dizzy watching that. Actually, that was a little draw play. In the beginning of that, you could see the helmet cam looked upfield to try to create the feeling of a pass.
3rd and 4 from the shotgun. Brent Peace over the middle and incomplete. Closest man, Stacey Mobley, overshot him.
He had Stacy open for a first down. Brent's just got to hit that pass. One of the little things that I would imagine that just irks Chan Gailey. You got your receiver wide open. You just got to hit him now. He had plenty of time to throw the ball that time.
Brent Peace
just didn't complete it.
Brent Peace has been talking about how he appreciates the fact that Chan Gailey has stuck with him because he was getting some heat here in this part of the country. You don't win football games, you're going to get booed, and that was the case. Last week he had a great game. Tonight things have started slow, really, on offense for both teams. Searcy on the return got about 3, and then got cut down by John Brantley, who's having quite a game. 13:51 to go first half at Legion Field in Birmingham with no score.
I could take a taxi.
No, don't worry, Dad. I'll drive you.
Total safety? I suppose we could all stay home or ride around in M1 tanks. But we're working on practical solutions.
Honey, we're never going to make it.
Dad will make it.
Anti-lock brakes. Standard equipment on more and more of our cars. Rain or snow, you can come to a nice clean stop.
You build someone a safer car, you get yourself a good night's sleep.
Well, we made it.
Do it all the time.
What's that cool going down? What's that chill rushing through you? What's that that takes your breath away? That's the taste of real refreshment. That's the real of Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
This shows where we were throughout the whole thing. You know, looking at that now, I realize how close it was. And this is what's left of our garage. We didn't have much left in there at all. And this is what's left of our camping trailer that ended up in our neighbor's tree. They were here right away to help us out, and that's all true.
Look around.
It's only been a few days, and they're already here rebuilding our house.
All state still, even though it's been 3.5 weeks later, they're still calling to find out how we're doing.
Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and Michael Barkan, Allegiant Field, Birmingham. And Brent Peace along with us, the quarterback for the Birmingham Fire, looking over at the defensive side of the football. No, that's Paul McGowan. I take it back, the middle linebacker. There we go, number 53, former Butkus Award winner from Florida State. And he looks at the Ryder offense come up to the ball at the 36-yard line.
Red opposite! Red opposite! Set! Hold on!
Collision there, and still Blake got out.
You heard Jason Garrett say red opposite. He actually had to play called to the right and then change it to the left because he felt like there was a weakness to the defense. Let's take a look at it. Right at McGowan. McGowan runs. There it is.
Ooh. Everything went black there just for a second.
Well, you know, that's exactly what happens to your head, too, when you get hit like that.
Green, 890!
Blake picked up 7, second down and 3.
890! Set! Hold on!
Jason Garrett wants to throw the screen and got it out to Blake. And a nice job by Steve Heisch, the linebacker. Loss on the play of 3 yards, maybe 4.
Heisch does a nice job coming out of his zone to come up and force the play. They were only rushing 3 guys that time, Birmingham was. And Heisch did a nice job. Williams was responsible for Heisch, and Heisch just beat Williams to the point of attack.
838.
Pretty soon somebody's going to have to go downfield with a pass, and this would be a nice spot for it, I guess. 3rd and 9.
885.
4 wideouts for Jason Garrett, the Ryder quarterback. Comes near sideline and completes it to Billy Hess. It's a first down at the 49-yard line.
Great protection that time by the San Antonio offensive line to afford Jason to scan the field. Billy Hess was probably his 2nd or 3rd receiver. He was looking down the middle for his brother. Take a look at this protection on the replay. Look at that. That's nice tight spiral right along the sideline. Hess does a nice job keeping his feet inbounds and aware of where he was for the first down.
721. 721. Set. Hold on.
Garrett perfect tonight on passing. 7 for 7. As McGowan makes the hit on Ricky Blake after he picked up 3 yards. Blake's a load. About 235, almost 240. There's McGowan adjusting helmet and helmet cam included. Ricky Blake out of Alabama A&M and came out of junior college. Didn't really play football at Alabama A&M. Went to the Canadian Football League. Played a couple of years for Mike Riley up there before joining the World League. Here he comes again off the right side. And he hurdled his way for another yard or two, and that's it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
The thing I like about the Birmingham defense is their gang tackling. I mean, they're all coming after Ricky Blake. I'm sure that Chan Gailey probably offered them an ultimatum this week. You've got to stop this guy or we lose the game. I'm sure that they're very well aware of the prowess that Ricky Blake has had on the ground thus far.
Blake only 15 yards on 7 carries, Boomer, so the Fire defense doing its job tonight. 3rd down, almost 6. Garrett trying to draw the Fire defense offside, and we do have penalty markers down.
I'll tell you what happened there. That time, John Garrett and the center knew that it was on 2, and the center felt that there was a defender that encroached over the line of scrimmage, and the center snapped the ball quickly. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to end up calling it.
Encroachment on the defensive team.
That was a smart play by the center. You know, in Cincinnati, Bruce Kazerski and myself have something similar to that. If we can get a defender to jump, then we'll forget about the snap count, and then Bruce will snap it on his own. That's exactly what happened that time.
I think it might have been Tony Bowick who jumped off.
John Vitale did a nice job of snapping the ball. That's an offensive play for that center. Unfortunately, that there is no statistic that goes in there for centers.
Now it's 3rd down and less than a yard, and Ricky Blake trying to go up over the top, and it's Brantley again. What a great game Brantley's having. I don't think Ricky got it unless they gave him a great spot. Brantley out of Georgia.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get it, you got to go for it here because you have the best rushing team in football. Ricky's got to pound it in there. Brantley does a nice job grabbing Ricky's right leg and pulling him back. This is going to be a real close measurement.
Come on now. Yeah.
I'd say maybe the length of the football short. What do you think? About that much?
I think you got to go for it, though, because you have the best rushing team in the World League versus the 9th defense.
And isn't it a confidence builder? You have to say, hey, we're good enough to get this.
Well, you can hear he said, I left 35. You're going to have Ricky Blake going off to the left side.
35!
And that'll put the heat on Pella McDaniels and Maurice Oliver on that side defensively for Birmingham, among others.
We'll have Ricky Blake going off the left side right here.
Let's see if Brantley's there to meet him, maybe. 4th down. Crowd warming up for the defense to the Fire. The give, Blake. I don't know. Hit low by Tony Bowick. He submarined him. But he may have picked up the 1st down just flying forward near the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Tony Bowick did a nice job of staying low. And this is going to be Birmingham's ball, I believe.
Tony Bowick shaken up a little bit after the tackle.
The object for the defensive lineman now is to stay low and get underneath the offensive lineman. He penetrates, gets in there, does a real nice job. And actually, Paul McGowan made the real big hit. Ricky Blake had to negotiate Bowick and came back inside, and Paul McGowan was there just like every good linebacker should be to clean up for his defensive lineman.
McGowan.
Watch McGowan here. Watch how he runs in behind the offensive lineman and makes the big hit.
And gives the ball back to his offense. Birmingham will have it when we come back. 10-10 to go in the half. No score in Birmingham.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 double bringbacks. You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem.
Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think he'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Ruthless. Deadly. Think about it again. And they're taking on Harlem. I'm gonna put you out your misery. Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you 1 bullet. 1 bullet's right. 1 bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
Are you going bald? So was I until I had a hair transplant. At Long Island Medical Associates, we've given thousands of men and women back their own living, growing hair. We have developed blend grafting to give a natural-looking hairline and baldness reduction to immediately shrink or eliminate the bald area of the crown. Let us show you how Long Island Medical Associates can eliminate your hair loss problem.
Call 1-800-US4-HAIR for a free consultation with a physician and receive an informative brochure.
Catch the action as the Frankfurt Galaxy goes head-to-head with the Orlando Thunder. World League Football on USA, Saturday at 8 Eastern.
San Antonio stopped on 4th and less than a yard, so the Birmingham offense takes over at its own 41-yard line. We're scoreless at Legion Field, and you can just feel the rain about to open up the skies over Legion Field. Scoreless with 10:10 to go first half. Best starting position of the night for the Fire. Blitz coming, Peace set to throw and going deep. And overshot his intended receiver, Stacy Mobley. The guy that stopped the 4th down conversion for San Antonio is with Michael Barkan on the sideline.
You got it, Brad. Left inside linebacker Paul McGowan. You guys are 9th overall defensively in the league, and you're stopping the team that's first in the rush. How you doing this?
It's a big challenge for us. We worked hard all week. We watched a lot of film. I'll tell you what, their running back's a load, but we just come prepared, come out really fired up, and we're just executing real well right now.
Is that the bottom line? Stop Blake or else?
I think that, that's a big thing, especially when this kind of weather. It's rainy out, so they want to try to establish the run, and we know that, so we're coming out there geared against the run and then have them throw the ball a little bit and see what happens.
All right, so far so good. Brad?
And the Fire offense throwing the ball, and it's almost intercepted by Calvin Nicholson, who had a better play on the ball than Stacy Mobley.
Really what happened that time is you had double coverage out in that particular part of the field, and Brett just hung that ball up a little bit. Nicholson almost made the play, came down with it.
Rondo.
Chan Gailey not talking about his favorite Beach Boys song, but rather a play here. Help me, Rhonda, on 3rd and 10.
Rhonda just as motion for them. We'll tell who's going in motion.
From the shotgun.
Here comes the blitz.
Look out, Brent Peace. Down he goes at the 30-yard line. John Fletcher. Last starter tonight and comes up with the first sack of the night, -11 on that one.
Last week against Barcelona, the San Antonio defense felt like they could really wreak havoc with their blitz. And again, they were going to wait and see if they could do that this week. And you can see here through helmet cam, that's exactly what they're doing. They were bringing 7 players on that particular point, with Birmingham only having 6 blockers.
San Antonio might bring 10 players here on the punt by Maggio. He just got it away, and it's a nice kick. It backs up Elliott Searcy all the way back to the 15-yard line. And Searcy slips after a 5-yard return, put down at the 20. 54-yard kick by Kirk Maggio. 5-yard return. The eternal flame of freedom in Birmingham. 8.5 minutes to go. First half, no score, Legion Field. We'll be right back.
Isn't Sir John late for tea?
Yes. I rather think he is. Rather. Jolly good cup of tea, Perkins.
Now no one is safe from American football. KFC introduces the World League Challenge Sweepstakes. You could win $1 million instantly, or over 10 million other prizes, including delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. So rush into your local KFC restaurant and play today. Good luck, dude!
How about a better hand soap?
Not us, we can't cope. We don't need no lava soap, no.
Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested?
No, no, no.
Lava, then don't try to cope without it soap.
You old smoothie, melt my heart away. The original smoothie, Mars, Milky Way, make a life a little sweeter.
Memorable moments of in golf will be made as the most competitive players on the PGA Tour gather for the Kemper Open on USA, May 30th and 31st at 4.
I think our 80% chance of rain just went up about 20%. We've got that coming down, and it's causing plays like this, Boom.
Well, what has to happen here is these players have to realize that the turf is going to be slippery like that, and there are special-made shoes for rain AstroTurf, or rain-soaked AstroTurf, I should say. Obviously, not wearing them on that particular play, Brad.
The Riders from their own 21. Garrett back to throw, and going deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Miller, his 4th of the year, and he's got some blockers in front. And Miller brings it back to the 30-yard line before Ronnie Williams can put him down. John Miller, he had one for 99 yards and a touchdown earlier this year. He got an 18-yard return out of that one.
Every time we've done a Birmingham Fire game, we've talked about Miller and just how smart he is in the middle. That time he just watched Jason Garrett's eyes and ran right underneath Lee Morris. Does a nice job running with the ball here, too. Actually picks up some extra yardage. The thing about John Miller, when you're a safety, you got to be real cagey back there. You got to try to suck the quarterback into throwing it into your area when he's not looking, and that's exactly what happened.
So a great break for the Fire. Their offense at the San Antonio 29. Let's see what they can do with it. Give it off to Harris, and he bursts his way inside the 25 to the 23. Birmingham, as we said, coming in, the top team in the league in turnover margin, and we thought it would come into play tonight, Boomer.
We sure did. We said that if Birmingham was to win this game, it was going to have to do it through turnovers. And I'll tell you what, they're starting off in the right spot here in the second quarter.
Miller got the 10th interception of the season as a team for Birmingham. They had 4 against Orlando last week. One of those was for a touchdown, and for John Miller, he's got 4 of the 10 for the Fire. Harris again, looking for the left corner. Not quite a first down. Bumped out of bounds at the 20 by Gary Richard, the cornerback.
Gary Richard did a nice job coming up, forcing that play outside. Again, he realizes that he's not quite as big at 5'9", 186. Took him on low and knocked him out of bounds. To hit a big man like that down low, go at his knees.
Harris has 20 yards on 5 carries. Let's see if he gets it again. They bring in 2 extra tight ends to the Fire on 3rd down and a yard. Actually, almost 2.
Good place for a play action pass.
Here comes Harris again, and he just fights his way out for a first down as he'll get it near the 18-yard line. That'll be good enough. Anthony Cooney made the stop from the secondary.
And remember, Harris is 230 pounds going against Cooney, who's 200 pounds. Cooney found out just exactly what happened to Richard on the previous play. You got to have a big outside linebacker or defensive lineman to take that guy down if you want a loss of yards.
Elroy Harris made his Birmingham debut last week with 55 yards on 14 carries, and Chan Gailey says, hey, it's a great addition for us. A guy that was waived by the Montreal Machine. Jacques Dussault, the head coach there, said, hey, it was done in the interest of team spirit. He thought that Harris was kind of a bad seed. And Chan Gailey says he's been a model citizen here in Birmingham, and here he goes again down near the 11-yard line. Elroy Harris out of Eastern Kentucky puts his head down, lost his headgear.
I'll tell you what, if you're a defensive back, one of your worst nightmares is seeing a fullback the size of Harris coming around that corner at you. And I'll tell you, if you're a running back the size of Harris, you just love to see those little defensive backs sitting out there waiting for you. You want to punish those guys.
He's going to do a little hat work on the sideline. He comes out. It is 2nd down and 4 as Harris already with 29 yards on his 7 carries. Now it's Kenny Bell back in there. The deep set as a single setback, and he gets the call off the left side. Manning made the first contact. Short gain, maybe a yard for Kenny Bell, and that's it. It'll be 3rd down, close to 3.
You know, Brad, those DBs, all they do is complain that they're being held. They jump on the pile late, you know. That's why the big offensive players love to come around the corner.
Bear west. Wait. Right topo. Bear west. 345 wait. 345 wait. Hurry. Hurry up. Hurry up.
That's the key. Hurry up. It's 3rd and 3 at the 11.
Could be a play action pass right here.
There it is. The play fake.
He's got him. He's got him.
Out. Avery's got it to the corner. Touchdown.
Great call by Chan Gailey on that particular play.
Birmingham takes the lead as Steve Avery takes it in from 11 yards out as we get another look on our reverse angle.
You see Brent Peace, play action fake, come around the corner. And I'll tell you, Roderick Manning was so worried about the run that he forgot to take Avery out of the backfield. I'm happy for Brent because he threw a nice pass, picked up a nice easy touchdown.
And give an assist, remember, to John Miller. He's the guy that had the interception that started that drive at the San Antonio 29. So they take it in from the 29, and now Win Lyle try to tack on the point after. High snap handled nicely, and Lyle drills it with 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go first half. 29 yards in 6 plays, a little over 3 minutes for the Birmingham Fire to get this one. Brent Peace to his fullback, Steve Avery, who puts his head down and dives to the corner. The Fire by 7.
Brian Bosworth. They think he's stone crazy.
You picked up the wrong passenger, buddy.
But he's really stone cold. Rated R. Starts Friday, May 17th at select theaters.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
Power Stick antiperspirant. It gives a man what he needs to excel. Power. Control. Power Stick. Stroke for stroke, 50% more power. 50% more odor and wetness fighters. 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. All day, all night. Power Stick for 24-hour control. Real is what we do.
Real thing, get the feel of the real. Coca-Cola Classic, yeah. Take the real stand and get down. Every beat just like it sounds. Coca-Cola Classic, can't beat the real thing. It's time they get real, get Tommy Hill. The best fighters, the low tonight, refreshing just like that. Can't beat the real thing.
All right? Okay, so you guys got that. We'll take this guy as long as he's behind the quarterback, okay? Give us
Greg
that
Newhouse,
guy
defensive coordinator for San Antonio, trying to tell his troops what it's all about with some serious intensity and thought on the sideline. The Riders have it back after the kickoff, and a penalty marker flies in as Andre Johnson got it out across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Probably going to have an illegal block here by San Antonio.
Illegal block, number 58 on the run back.
That is the call, so instead of at the 21-yard line, they back it up. Birmingham has owned the second quarter as far as their points are concerned. About 6 times as many points in the second quarter as any other quarter if you take an average. There's what they've done this year, and they put 7 up for the touchdown lead here, and now the Riders will work just inside their own 11-yard line. Paul McGowan calling the shots from his linebacker position for the Fire.
885.
4 receivers set, but the Riders keep it on the ground. Ricky Blake going nowhere fast. Let's go down to the sideline. Michael Barkan with the Birmingham quarterback.
That's right, Brad. Coach said that he was going to let you guys as an offense do what you do best and get back to doing things, running the ball, throwing the ball instead of pulling in the reins. How has that manifested itself out on the field?
Well, I think it really helps us right there. You know, we got some good gains by Elroy, and the line really got him off the ball and gave us some opportunity to get some yardage up front. And then, you know, when we do that, consequently, it's going to open up our passing game.
It hasn't been an easy time for you these past 3 weeks. How do you feel now that you had a good game, you're coming back strong here? How does that make you feel, that everyone's maybe starting to lay off a little bit?
Well, you know, like I said all week, I can't worry about those people up there. That's beside the fact. But this isn't over, and we have to go out and continue to do this. And then, you know, at the end of the game, we'll be happy.
Thanks, Brett. Back to you, Brett.
Okay, Bart, thanks. Brent Peace, the headline story in the sports page today by Richard Scott, the beat writer for the Birmingham Fire. And the headline was Peace and Quiet. He finally got a little after a win last week. Jason Garrett got leveled as he tried that last pass. And now on 3rd and 10, they try a little inside
Could
give
have
to Billy Hess, and penalty markers all over the place.
Could have a little face mask or a little holding inside here.
Number 67, offense, ineligible downfield. That's 10 yards, loss of down.
It's a shovel pass.
Letting the referee know it was a shovel pass, dude.
No, that's not the official's name.
Larry Nemmers is the official's name. It's not dude, but Vitale comes off. The Riders to kick, and the snap goes over the head of Kent Sullivan. And it's a safety for Birmingham. And that one ended up in the first row of the end zone seats. We're going to get another look at the snap. And Kent Sullivan says, hey, no way.
I'll tell you what was going on there. San Antonio was running their punt team on, trying to catch Birmingham off guard so they wouldn't rush the punter.
Eddie Grant's the guy that snapped it.
Eddie just got a little bit ahead of himself there, I think.
So the safety tacks 2 more on, and now Mike Riley's troops down 9-0.
How do you think you'd feel if you were the punter and you're in the back of that end zone and that ball goes over your head? That's got to be rather demoralizing, I think.
Man. Would have had to have been Manute Bowl to get that one. And he's still licking the fingers there. It's not going to help now.
In all fairness, you know the ball is very wet. I mean, the field is actually soaked. It hasn't been covered. And it's been raining here for, I guess, 2 straight days. I mean, it's coming down pretty good right now. Still has no excuse. He's got to be able to get that snap off.
Fire now at 9 points in the last minute, 25 seconds. That's the kind of conditions we have. Got to love the fans that came out here tonight. Sullivan now will free kick it from his own 20. James Henry takes it to the 32-yard line. And Henry's got a seam up the left side across midfield, and he's all the way to the 44-yard line of San Antonio. 24-yard return by James Henry. And now with a 9-point lead, you don't mind Birmingham's chances, Boomer, the way they were running the ball with Elroy Harris in their last offensive series.
I'll tell you what, they've had some great field position. I'll tell you what, Eric Jones is actually in the game right now at quarterback for Birmingham.
This is the 3rd time that Birmingham has started in San Antonio territory. And there's Eric Jones out of Vanderbilt in at quarterback. There's Brent Peace on the sideline.
This has got to be a special play. Here it comes.
Here it is. It's a little option, and he keeps it. And Jones gets good yardage inside the 40 to the 38. Anthony Cooney made the stop.
Really what happens there is they're not upset with Peace or anything. They're just trying to get a different flow of the game in there. Jones is a little bit probably niftier with his feet. We'll see how long Jones plays. I can't believe that they're upset with Brent at all. I mean, he's played well tonight, I think.
Jones one season led Vanderbilt in rushing, and he was also a wide receiver at one point before he was switched to quarterback there at Vandy. So he is a great all-around athlete. Gives it to Steve Avery, straight up the middle. Looks like a first down for big Steve Avery, who's got a touchdown tonight.
I'll tell you what he's doing. He's running the form of the veer option. Goes back quite a ways. I mean, he's handing the ball off, faking like he's going to run with the ball. Let's see what he does here.
3rd and about a foot, Coach. 3rd and a foot. Okay. Goes right. Go right. Patriot. Split right. Patriot.
No, that's not a defensive play. That's an offensive play.
Just inside the San Antonio 35-yard line. The Birmingham Fire with just over 2 minutes to go in the half with a 9-0 lead. And it's Jones off the right side. And his Patriot got him about 2 yards and a first down.
They strictly have him in there because of his running capability, trying to show San Antonio a different look. I guess they feel that San Antonio has been blitzing quite a bit, so they're going to try to bring in the running quarterback and play a little option football with him.
Chad Gailey doing a little bit of everything on offense. 2 minutes to go in the half. The Fire by 9.
I'm on my way. Boise?
When your travel plans suddenly change,
You gotta help me. I checked my case to Boston, now they want me in Boise.
it's good to know Delta's got a team like Cumbus,
Won't I need a recheck fast?
to Price,
Large sample case?
to Morris,
Number 447.
to Elders.
I got it.
Great job, Walt. No problem, Mr. DePrima.
Thanks. Mr. DePrima, Mr. Michael DePrima, please call your office.
Walt? About that bag.
They say you can see the future in the palm of your hand. Behold, JVC's smallest camcorder ever, with all the right features, from full-range autofocus to low-light sensitivity to title graphics. Plus, it easily plays in your VHS VCR. So at a mere 26 ounces, the future really is in the palm of your hand. JVC, we just made recorded history again.
The World League on USA is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the World League, and by AT&T, the right choice.
With Michael Barkan and Boomer Esiason, I'm Brad Nessler at Legion Field in Birmingham, where Brent Peace has come in at quarterback after Eric Jones did his job. Boomer, nice little switch, change of pace here by the Fire offense.
It gives San Antonio defense something else to think about now. And I think that they feel that San Antonio's defense was blitzing quite a bit the last couple of series. So they want to get in there, do a little option running. You got a quarterback that has the ability of Johnson. Why not?
San Antonio comes in as the leading rushing team in the league. They've got only 26 yards to this point, while Birmingham has 64 yards on the ground. And with 2 minutes to go in the half, 9-0 Fire. And they're at the 32-yard line of San Antonio with a first down. Riders look like they might bring it with a blitz. This time, the give off the right side to Elroy Harris, as they had the look of an end around on that they ran to Mobley earlier in the ball game. This time, Harris keeps it inside. No gain. Coming up, Diana Nyan, our Reebok halftime report, as we take a look at the season at the midway point. Boomer and I will have highlights of this first half, and for the most part, it's been all Birmingham. That's coming up in about a minute and 38 seconds. Second down, almost 11 for Brent Peace. Shovel pass inside, and he got it to Steve Avery with a big hole up the middle. Avery, he might have another touchdown. He does. $32-yard touchdown. Brent Peace to Steve Avery. That's the combo of the night.
And remember that's a touchdown pass. You got to love that. If you're the quarterback, that's a great stat builder right there for you.
Mike Riley's not nuts about it. Head coach of the Riders. Here it comes, though.
Actually, what this play is, it's like a little inside draw trap. You combine the little flip, you combine the trap, and you combine also the draw aspect of it. And when it works, it's a thing of beauty.
Tell you what, Steve Avery is considered the big guy in the backfield for Birmingham, but he showed some speed there, and he weaved his way to the end zone from 32 yards out. His second touchdown catch of the night. Win Lyle to try to make it 16-0, and he does. So the Fire with 16 points in the last 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
When they work, Brad, it's a great call. Exactly what they did is they caught San Antonio into a blitz. You can see all the defensive men past the line of scrimmage. Nice move right there by Avery. Again, Richard does not want to take on a big back like Avery when he comes at you. Nice to see Avery that big have that kind of moves.
And he didn't take out the sign there at the end of the end zone either. He found a way to hurdle it. Here he comes.
You know, and everybody says that's a dangerous play. That's not a dangerous play because that ball is on the ground. That's an incomplete pass. Right. That is not a fumble.
Done so well in the NFL, or had been, by Joe Montana to Roger Craig, or maybe Boomer Esiason to James Brooks, some of those guys.
Actually, I'm not very good at that, but you know who is really good at that is John Elway. Is really, and you know, and that's Chan Galley coming from Denver with that offense, bringing it here and allowing Brent Peace to be a part of that. I mean, John Elway runs it about as good as anybody has ever ran it.
Gavin Maloof, the owner of this franchise, you know, he's a happy guy right now with a 16-point lead.
Okay, I wonder what this looks like through the helmet cam.
We're going to see that, as a matter of fact, after the kickoff by Win Lyle. Andre Johnson, the deep man of the trio, just a squib kick. They keep on the ground. Ronnie Williams, the tight end, trying to shag it down, and does at the 22-yard line. Well, you ask and you receive. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like from the USA helmet cam.
And here come the linebackers. Here come the defensive linemen.
There goes, right into 42. Ooh. Manning almost got a hand on it, didn't he?
I tell you what, Manning's head has got to be spinning right now. I just had it, I almost had it, Coach. I almost had it.
What a night Steve Avery's had. 2 touchdown catches.
I don't know if that play will work again tonight. I'll tell you what, Manning will be looking for that the rest of the night, but that also will slow down his pass rushing charge.
San Antonio, 4 receivers for Jason Garrett on a first down from his own 22. They'd like to get something before halftime, and not a lot of time left. Garrett in and out of the hands of Ricky Blake. Clock stopped with 1:10 to go in the half. A baby's lost in the swamp on Swamp Thing. We think that's what happened to Michael Barkan at birth. We're not sure. That's Friday night at 10:30. You like this show, don't you? You check this out.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you one thing. Swamp Thing would make it here tonight. I'll tell you that.
10:30, 9:30 Central on USA. That is Swamp Thing on Friday night. Jason Garrett reloads and goes complete out to the 30, where John Garrett almost got his head taken off, but he did pick up 8 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and the clock under a minute now in the half.
32.
Jason's had a pretty good first half with the exception of the interception. Hasn't really had an opportunity to throw too much.
Straight ahead they come.
There you go.
And a first down and a timeout called for with 39 seconds to go in the half. Ricky Blake, the big fella, took it up the middle. Mike Riley, who played collegiately here at Legion Field. And, you know, he wanted a better return than this back to his college stomping grounds.
He might want that 580 switch.
And listen to what the coaches are saying to each other right here.
Let's go 580, yeah.
Tommy Lee, the offensive coordinator, is relaying things to Mike Riley.
580, okay.
580 is one of his... 580 is actually the pattern that Jason got hurt on back in Orlando. We were talking about that. That is one of his favorite patterns, where he has one of his outside receivers running a deep out route.
And he rolls to the right a little bit, doesn't
he? And he feels real confident throwing the ball. But what has happened is that his left tackle on that particular play did not step out, and the defensive end against Orlando made a big hit.
There's the other voice you were hearing that we were talking about, Tommy Lee, the offensive coordinator for the San Antonio Riders. So he makes the call to Mike Riley there in the headset, and then on to his quarterback. Let's see what they come up with. First down. Boomer told you what we should expect if everything goes as planned.
Big block for his left tackle right here. A roll to his right.
There's the roll. Got away from the pressure and fires near sideline. And a one-hopper to Dwight Pickens, incomplete.
That's one of their favorite routes, to roll a little bit out of there and hit a deep out route along the sideline. It's a good play, too, because if he does catch it, he can get out of bounds and can save a timeout.
Otis Moore got a little bit of pressure on Jason Garrett. He got away from that. Now has 33 seconds left to work. Garrett's 8 of 12 for 47 yards so far.
Actually, it sounds like he's calling the same play.
723. Red 723. Set. Hold on.
This time he looks left and goes left, and just over the outstretched hands of brother John Garrett on the far side of the field. So now it'll be 3rd down and 10 with 27 seconds to go in the half. 16-0 Birmingham.
580 switch.
That's fine.
580 switch.
Air it out.
Are you saying 580 switch, air it out? Go ahead, throw it deep.
Blue 885. Blue 885.
So this time don't look for Pickens on the comeback. Maybe Billy Hess going deep.
No, Billy Hess will run the out route inside. Billy Hess out. That's the switch call.
Okay.
The switch tells which receiver to run the out pattern. Originally it was 580. That means Pickens was going to run the out pattern, and Hess was going to run down the middle. When he says 580 switch, he tells the receivers to switch the routes.
Jason Garrett hit his first 7 passes. He's missed 6 of his last 7. And Hess was the intended receiver, got it too far in front of him, and now Sullivan to punt it away. James Henry drops back deep, and if you're Birmingham, I would think you bring everybody here with 22 seconds left in the half, try to put some pressure on the quarterback. Remember, they got a safety last time in punt formation. They put a little heat on him, and Sullivan goes down. No penalty marker down. And the punt will roll inside the 20, in fact, inside the 15. And we're down to 7 seconds left in the first half. Ken Sullivan says he was hit, but I think somebody maybe blocked the man into him. Let's see. I don't know.
I don't know about that either. That could have been roughing the kicker right there.
I think Kent's got a complaint there. Get another look. There comes Holland, the cornerback on the special teams. I don't think anybody got a piece of him. Maybe Ledbetter got a little piece. That's about it.
Is Ledbetter all over the place tonight or what?
He sure is. Ledbetter for San Antonio and John Brantley defensively for Birmingham have been two of the defensive stars so far tonight. Well, the Fire has probably one play left, and with a 16-0 lead, I wouldn't think you'd get fancy here at your own 12-yard line.
No, you just sit on it and you go into the locker room, have a cup of coffee, and come out for the second half.
There's John Brantley, who's been in a lot of stops for the Birmingham Fire.
I'll tell you what, if you're Birmingham, you're real happy with the way your team has played. I think that they'll be more than happy to go in with a 16-point lead at this point in time.
Remember, they lead the league in turnover ratio. We told you that coming into the game, and they have helped turn that to their favor. John Miller had an interception that led to a touchdown drive. They had a safety, and Steve Avery scored on 2 touchdown receptions from 2 yards and then from 32 yards tonight. 11 yards and 32 yards, I should say, as Brent Peace goes down to one knee, and that will bring the first half to a close. So the fans who've braved the weather have a chance to look for a dry spot during intermission. And we're going to go down to Michael Barkan here as our halftime score has Birmingham shutting out San Antonio 16-0. Bart?
Yeah, Brad, with Mike Riley, and I imagine this is not the return to Birmingham that you had envisioned. What are you going to do second half?
Well, I think the number one thing we need to do is move the football and sustain something. We haven't found anything we've done consistently well for a period of time. We've done some things isolated well, but nothing plays back to back.
How much of that is rain and how much of that is needing to improve in certain areas?
Well, I think the rain is a little bit of a factor, but not a great factor. I think we're hurting ourselves. We threw some balls into bad areas a couple times, and then we just didn't convert on 4th down. Those kinds of things are very isolated things that have hurt us, and they're causing a big problem. We just got to turn that part around, pick something we can do, and stay with it.
All right, Coach, better luck in the second half. Maybe a little more rain, Brad, to put out the fire. Back to you.
All right, the Riders are a great second half team. Keep that in mind, but right now they're on the short end by 16.
If you don't have AT&T 800 service and trouble hits, who knows how long you could be out? Only AT&T automatically protects you through the 800 assurance policy. With AT&T, you would be guaranteed back in touch in 30 minutes or less. With anyone else? Who knows? But if you do have AT&T, your 800 service is guaranteed. That's not all. Since AT&T connects calls 25% faster and has the fewest block calls, more 800 calls get through, so you can make more sales. With all that, why choose any other 800 service? Better service, better results. Another AT&T advantage. Call now for free installation.
Yes, dear. Shopping. You know what I need. How am I going to find the time? Just an hour? But I need jeans, sneakers, clothes for the gym, and boat shoes. And I won't spend a day at the crowded mall or wait online at a department store. Nemo's has all that? Ah, you've got to love it. Sure, I'm alone. Yes, dear. What do you mean I never say anything like that to you?
Nemo,
yes, I'll be home on time.
There's no place like it. You've got to love it.
Ruthless. Deadly.
Think about it again.
And they're taking on Harlem.
I'm gonna put you out your misery.
Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you one bullet. One bullet's right. One bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
The Reebok Halftime Report, brought to you by the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up, and they're out. Reporting from New York, here's Diana Nyad.
Hello, everybody. This is our halftime report here on USA. We are now past the halfway point of the season, And you at home, we here, are beginning to answer some of those questions that we had before the league ever kicked off. For instance, would foreigners ever accept the American game of football? I think we can safely say, so far, that question has been answered with a rousing yes. Would the helmet cam be insightful to you people at home? And I think you'd have to say that it's been fascinating to feel like you've actually been out on the field in the midst of all the action. And we know you've had other questions. What would the level of play be like? What would the Operation Discovery bring to the game? Well, here's a look at the first half of the first season of the World League.
The World League Midterm Report.
Through the first 5 weeks, nobody could have predicted the enthusiastic response the European crowds have given the American game. Along with the crowds, the European teams have excelled. London has been the class of the league, going undefeated through the first half of the season. Pumping life into the Monarchs is nose tackle Roy Hart and the heart attack defense. Unlike London, football had been foreign in Spain, but in 5 short weeks, the crowds in Barcelona have shown involvement rivaling that of soccer fans. One team that had a great first step was the Orlando Thunder, led by quarterback Kerwin Bell, whose first play struck like lightning.
Points on play number 1. 75 yards, touchdown.
But after 2 impressive wins, they seem to have lost their electricity. Operation Discovery has been an ambitious undertaking, and at this point, the first steps have been taken towards the goal of globalizing American football. Players like Victor Abubadiki, Philip Alexander, Cisco Marcos, and Guillermo Gomez have now started playing in league games.
Right wide, Dallas 101, Y8. Red.
And USA Network's exclusive helmet cam has given a whole new perspective to watching football, bringing the quarterback's view right into our homes.
This has been the World League Midterm Report.
I bet a lot of you joked before the season started, hey, what are you kidding me? American football in Frankfurt, Germany, Barcelona, Spain, but I think you might agree after seeing this incredible response they've had in Europe that it won't be too long before they'll be playing football in China, Russia, Japan, all over the world. It could happen. We're going to come back to Brad Nessler and Boomer Esiason in Birmingham right after these messages. You're watching the World League on USA.
You've arrived when you customize. Clothes, clubs, bag, but only one golf shoe gives every golfer a custom fit. Now the
KFC is proud to be a national sponsor of Dare America.
236 on 1, ready?
The World League of American Football is orchestrated by the beat of an international rhythm.
Offense wird sehr viel gesprochen im Augenblick in der World League.
We don't return it for a touchdown. We put the offensive on, you huddle up, and we're going ninja to the wide field. Ninja to the wide field. All right. Ninja to the wide field.
Here's Bell with his Statue of Liberty handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell fumbles. Now Mitchell's going to throw a pass. He's got a man wide open. He's got it 10-5 touchdown.
The World League of American Football. It's out of this world.
Halftime at Legion Field in Birmingham, and the hometown folks who came out under these kind of conditions, happy with a 16-0 lead. The Fire out in front of the San Antonio Riders. Welcome back to Birmingham, everybody. Brad Nessler and Boomer Esiason. Took about 3 minutes and 40 seconds there, the stretch boom in the second quarter for Birmingham to put all their points up. They put it together nicely.
Well, you know, one of the things that I'm really disappointed is I'm disappointed in San Antonio's rushing attack. Ricky Blake only has 19 yards at halftime. The leading rusher needs more than that. And as we can see here in the reverse angle, Birmingham's first touchdown was just a little play-action fake, piece against the grain, hits Avery. Avery does a nice job of diving in the end zone, putting the ball over the goal line. Again, they were going against the aggressiveness of number 58 Manning.
That started with a John Miller interception that led to that 7-0 lead. Now it's 9-0 after Eddie Grant says, whoops, my hand slipped. And over the head of his punter.
What happened there? San Antonio was trying to rush their punt team on quickly, and he snapped it over his head for a 2-point gain for Birmingham.
Following a nice return by James Henry of the free kick, it's Brent Peace to Steve Avery.
Again, the shovel pass is designed to work against a very aggressive defensive front. And again, the guy that they worked against was Manning, the guy that they originally worked against for the first touchdown. So what they're doing on Birmingham's side of the ball is they're working
Watch
plays.
Number 58 right there. That's who Boomer's talking about.
Right, they're working plays against the aggressive defense of San Antonio. And these types of plays, when they do click, they actually do make big plays and touchdowns.
Well, San Antonio, Mike Riley didn't seem rattled at all when he talked to Michael Barkan at the end of the half, but here he's got the leading rushing team in the World League, and Ricky Blake, the leading rusher, and he's got 19 yards at halftime.
Well, they have to develop some consistency on offense. Jason Garrett needs to turn it up a notch a little bit, complete some short passes, get that ball in Ricky Blake's hands, and I expect that they'll be back in this game.
Well, San Antonio averages about 14 second-half points per ball game. They're going to need more than that tonight, because they're looking right now through a face mask of Brent Peace, who's out in front, 16-0 Birmingham.
Mars Almond Bar and Mars Milky Way. If we didn't put this much into them, we wouldn't put our name on them.
Ruthless. Deadly. Think about it again.
And they're taking on Harlem.
I'm gonna put you out your misery.
Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you one bullet. One bullet's right. One bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
Are you going bald? So was I until I had a hair transplant. At Long Island Medical Associates, we've given thousands of men and women back their own living, growing hair. We have developed blend grafting to give a natural-looking hairline and baldness reduction to immediately shrink or eliminate the bald area of the crown. Let us show you how Long Island Medical Associates can eliminate your hair loss problem.
Call 1-800-US4-HAIR for a free consultation with a physician and receive an informative brochure. The World League on USA is brought to you by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. And by Power Stick Antiperspirant for 24-hour control.
As we look in on Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama, set to start the third quarter. Win Lyle will get underway. Actually, it's Kirk Maggio who kicks off. San Antonio with the ball first. Undra Johnson almost forgot to take it along for the ride. And when he does, he gets it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Halftime statistics, as you might expect, will be in Birmingham's favor a bit with their lead. They've got the rushing edge, and there you see San Antonio only 29 yards, and that ain't going to cut it in this game.
And they're only averaging 2.8 yards per play. This is with the #1 rushing offense only having 29 rushing yards. Boy, I'll tell you what, you got to be scratching your head. But I think on the other side of the ball, if you're Birmingham's defensive coordinator, you got to feel real good about the way your defense has been playing.
San Antonio with only 1 turnover there, but remember the bad snap was a safety, in essence a turnover in itself, so 9 points coming off turnovers, Miller's interception and the safety, and Garrett set to go to work off play action on first down, maybe, and he shovels it out to Andrew Johnson. And Johnson gets up to the 33-yard line, and Jason Garrett just got away from Paul McGowan. Tony Bolwick also got some pressure on him.
2 good plays there at that particular point. Jason Garrett had the poise to find where Andrew Johnson was, and Andrew Johnson kept his head and kept himself alive for Jason to throw the ball to.
And Johnson picked up 6 on the reception, second down and 4.
340, 885, 885.
From the 33-yard line. The give to Ricky Blake, and Blake again going nowhere fast.
I'll tell you, McGowan is making all kinds of havoc in the middle there. What he did that time is he actually sliced right through the offensive line of San Antonio. Take a look at this through helmet cam, and we'll see exactly how McGowan makes the tackle. He finds a hole, gets in there and makes the tackle. That's exactly what a linebacker has to do. Has to play off the defensive lineman in front of him and try to find himself an opening to the ball carrier.
Ends up looking up at Ricky Blake, but he stopped him for a loss of a yard. 3rd and 5. Garrett flips it out wide, opens under Johnson. He's got the first down and got across the 40, out near the 42-yard line. John Brantley made the tackle.
This is the San Antonio offense that we have become accustomed to. Mixing up the run and the pass, doing a real nice job, playing 50-50 on the ground and in the air.
Here we go, here we go. Go far right, 32.
More right, 32. This will be a run play. Should be a run play right off the right side. Ricky Blake right up the middle.
Johnson and Blake dual setbacks. And we'll see Johnson spin and got a nice gain out to midfield.
I know it was somebody up the middle. Just couldn't figure out which one it was going to be. That was a little trap pattern. A little trap play to Andrew Johnson.
Andrew got 9 before Phillips could bring him down.
He just followed his left guard, Mike Kieselak, right in behind. Kieselak did a nice job opening a hole.
You open it up here, Boomer, with second down and about a yard.
Oh, this is a great opportunity right here for a good play action fake. Keep the secondary on their heels.
Ronnie Williams, a tight end there, and a slot right. They will keep it on the ground, and Blake cartwheels his way to a first down. John Brantley again, the man that made the hit low. Ricky Blake twisted his way into Birmingham Fire territory in a first down.
If we remember back in the first quarter, Ricky Blake had a 3rd and short and a 4th and short and did not make it. This time it was not going to be denied for the first down. Sometimes you as a running back have to be your own blocker. You have to make something out of nothing. And that's exactly what Ricky Blake did there. Used his athleticism to jump over the defenders.
Ricky does not like to fly, but he went airborne there to pick up the first down. At the 47 of Birmingham. Garrett, look out from behind. Goes back the other way, does a Fran Tarkenton imitation, and zips it out complete. No, they're going to say out of bounds.
Jason Garrett did a nice good job there that time, rolling to his left. One of the hardest things for a right-hander to do is roll to his left, get his feet around, and throw the ball and throw a strike. He actually threw a strike that time to John, his brother.
See John Garrett trying to get 2 feet down. Not quite.
He used to practice that with John all the time when he was with Cincinnati. He always used to keep his feet in bounds in practice.
Are you saying the pass was better in those days?
No, I don't think I can make a better pass than Jason did right at that point.
11:19 to go in the 3rd quarter, and a timeout. San Antonio's Jason Garrett will come over and talk to Mike Riley. San Antonio on the short end of a 16-point ball game. Birmingham in front. San Antonio putting a pretty good drive together.
Power Stick antiperspirant. It gives a man what he needs to excel. Power. Control. Power Stick. Stroke per stroke, 50% more power. 50% more odor and wetness fighters. 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. All day, all night. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
San Antonio Rider offense with a 2nd and 10 at the Birmingham 47-yard line. Bill Hess in motion. Jason Garrett looks left, goes to his big tight end, Ronnie Williams. And who else? John Brantley in on the tackle.
I'll tell you what, Jason that time actually had Bill Hess sitting on the sideline. There's a little delay pattern to Williams underneath. Could have thrown it to Hess for a big gain down the sideline, but I guess he opted. He saw that Williams had broken away from the receiver. One of the things that quarterbacks are taught is never pass up an open receiver to wait for another guy to get open. And I think what happened on that time, he felt Williams open and did not want to throw it to Hess.
3rd down and 7.
On the hall! On the hall! Set! Hold on!
Garrett, plenty of time. Deep ball for Pickens. And he couldn't stay in bounds. Made the catch, but couldn't get the feet down.
That was their favorite play, 580, and it was 580 switch. Pickens goes down the sideline. The inside receiver Hess breaks to the out. This time he opts to throw it down the sideline. He actually has Pickens out there. You can see Miller comes out of nowhere to clean up the mess that the other cornerback left for him. And that's exactly what a safety's supposed to do. Nice job by John Miller.
Kent Sullivan to punt on 4th down and 7. Sullivan lays up a lazy kick for the near sideline. Let's see if it makes its way out of bounds or stays inside the 10. It will. San Antonio gets down it near the 8-yard line. So Sullivan does his job, dropping a 36-yard punt at the Birmingham 8, but Mike Riley's team still trailing by 16 points. We've had some showers, none quite that heavy tonight. 10:03 to go, 3rd quarter.
Before leaving home, 50% of all travelers get butterflies. 2 out of 3 leave someone they love behind. And nearly everyone thinks traveling is hard work. Nobody understands the trials and travails of travelers like Holiday Inn. And nobody gives them more comforts at a more comfortable price. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
Yes, dear. Shopping. You know what I need. How am I going to find the time? Just an hour? But I need jeans, sneakers, clothes for the gym, and boat shoes. And I won't spend a day at the crowded mall or wait online at a department store. Nemo's has all that? Ah, you've got to love it. Sure, I'm alone. Yes, dear. What do you mean I never say anything like that to you?
Nemo,
yes, I'll be home on time.
There's no place like it. You've got to love it.
Ruthless. Deadly.
Think about it again.
And they're taking on Harlem.
I'm gonna put you out your misery.
Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you 1 bullet. 1 bullet's right. 1 bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
The final conflict between good and evil has begun. Brad Davis, Anthony Dennison, Child of Darkness, Child of Light, Wednesday at 9.
Brent Peace breaks his huddle and brings up the Fire offense at its own 8-yard line.
This is where Birmingham wants to be real careful with the football. They don't want to give San Antonio an opportunity down in their own end. They don't want to turn it over.
On the ground, Elroy Harris off the right side, out to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Let's go to Michael Barkan on the sideline. Bark.
Brad, I'm with Lisa Coles because, well, just look. Why not? Actually, Lisa is the Birmingham Fire cheerleading coordinator, and with the 12th man so important here, what are you trying to get out of these girls here?
A lot of spirit and enthusiasm and some entertainment on the sidelines.
Does it really matter? Come on.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah. Sure it does. It matters a lot.
Now, I know you're not just doing this. You also have a deal going in New England because someone very close to you is also in New England. Tell us about that.
That's right. Hugh Millen is the new starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, and I'm the cheerleader director and choreographer.
It's amazing how that works. Back to you, Brad.
All right. I don't know if that's a little presumptuous on Lisa's part or not that he was the starting quarterback, but he did go up there plan B from the Falcons, and Steve Grogan and Mark Wilson, I guess, are both out of the picture. Maybe he is the starter up there, Boom.
Well, he might be. I'll tell you, he is talented. He's just got got to get in the right offense. And plus, they have, I guess, Tommy Hodson up there, and they also have Scott Zolak, a Maryland boy that they drafted in the 4th round this year.
Pretty high on Zolak, too. 3rd down, a long 3, almost 4, and Kenny Bell met head-on at the 15-yard line, got out to the 16. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Nice stop by Greg Gilbert and Tim Walton, the inside linebackers for San Antonio, so that's going to force a punt from the Birmingham end zone.
That was a real good series by the San Antonio defense. This is a defense that really was played upon by their aggressiveness by Birmingham's offense. This time they needed to shut them down. They got to get the ball back in San Antonio's offense's hands so they can get some points on the board here. They could be coming for a block here.
Riders have 10 men up, trying to put some heat on Maggio, who got off another nice kick, considering the conditions especially. Searcy backpedals to the 28. And now brings it the other way, and a nice return out to the 40-yard line.
They got good field position. Now it's time for San Antonio to put something on the board.
A 57-yard kick again, a 12-yard return, and as Boomer said, the Riders' offense will take over when we come back. 8:02 to go, 3rd quarter.
Isn't Sir John late for tea?
Yes. I rather think he is. Rather. Jolly good cup of tea, Perkins.
Now no one is safe from American football. KFC introduces the World League Challenge Sweepstakes. You could win $1 million instantly, or over 10 million other prizes, including delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. So rush into your local KFC restaurant and play today. Good luck, Huge!
Listen to my nephew. He's going to be a lawyer like me. He's even going to look like me.
Oh, really? So does that mean on his first big trial day, the jury's going to notice his winning smile?
Yeah.
And his great suit.
Yeah.
Oh, his little flakes.
No, dandruff? Me?
Oh, it can happen to perfect people. Here, just use my shampoo.
Head and Shoulders? But you don't have dandruff.
I rest my case.
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
When you buy Valvoline motor oil, you get quality. And now, great taste. Buy 12 quarts of Valvoline motor oil and buy 12 cans of any Coca-Cola product. We'll pay for the Coca-Cola product. People who know use Valvoline.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
A modern-day Ripper is on the loose. No one is safe. James Spader stars in Jack's Back on USA. Thursday at 9, 8 Central.
Here's a look at the World League Silver Bullet receiving leaders through the 5th week of action. B.K. Williams of Orlando still on top. Judd Garrett caught 10 more balls yesterday. And, of course, Jason and Brother John are both here tonight. Monty Gilbreth next in line. Coors Silver Bullet receiving leaders. And an award of $2,500 will go to the leading quarterback and receiver from Coors. And will go to the Literacy Foundation of the player's hometown at the end of the season.
I'll tell you what, Brett, I just had a special guest come up in the booth. Andy Brandt, who was at one time my sports attorney at ProServe, is now the one of the younger GMs in the league for Barcelona, and he's here scouting these two teams. These are his next two opponents.
That's not Andy in the middle. That's Miller
Andy
Pope, our spotter. Miller's the guy that's 6'6", Boomer's 6'5", and I'm sitting down, and Andy's behind all of them.
And Andy's about 5'10".
Second down at 7. Garrett with time, almost had it intercepted, and then Pickens almost took it off his shoe tops. Junior Jackson, the linebacker, got in there to break that up, and Chan Gailey told us, he says, you know, I think I've got the best linebacking core in the World League, and I've got a guy sitting on the bench who could start for anybody, and he was talking about Junior Jackson.
So, yeah, I think what happened here is Jason telegraphs this pass a little bit. It was almost easy Pickens there.
It sure was. Dwight had an 82-yard touchdown catch last week. He's been shut out so far tonight. And it is 3rd down at 7. Garrett rolls to his left this time. Wants to set up, but he's getting all kinds of heat from Phillips and then Brantley. And Brantley finished the job. First sack for the Fire. Phillips with the force, Brantley with a finish.
That time Jason was rolling to his left, could not find a receiver open. Jason knows that it's 3rd down, and he wants to try to make a first down, so he's got to hold on to the ball as long as he can to make a play. Actually only lost 2 yards from the original line of scrimmage. Does a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I think that was a key offensive series for San Antonio, though, with good field position. They get a great kick from Sullivan here. Let's see what Henry does with it from the 15-yard line. James Henry cuts outside, lost the ball, but it goes out of bounds. So Birmingham will have it. Penalty markers down. We have a little scuffle going on. Flags down with 6:20 to go in the quarter. A 47-yard kick. Henry lost the handle on it. And the Fire saying it's against San Antonio.
Personal foul. 57. Kicking team. First down.
So that'll tack on to James Henry's return, and the Birmingham Fire will have nice field position and the 16-point lead when we come back.
I'm Dave Johnson. For my training for the 1992 decathlon, I switched to the pump from Reebok. When I'm pumped up, my feet have support, protection, and a custom fit for leaping, vaulting, spinning, jumping, sprinting, hurling, racing, running, throwing, and shot putting. Now I'm the guy who knows cross-training. Pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
Today, a guy losing his hair can choose between being the man he wants to be
We look great with hair. Do something to save it.
and the man he could become.
Can't you accept nature like everyone else?
Doctors have hair loss treatment programs that are proven to work, and the sooner you see a doctor, the better.
We don't want nature. We want hair.
When you've considered the arguments,
We might look great bald.
and you decide you want hair, there's only one thing to do. See your doctor, or call this number for more information.
You know, there are still people out there who need the advantages of a full-size car. They need great gas mileage.
Hello, this is Dr.
At GM, we have cars like the Olds Custom Cruiser that are getting 25 miles to the gallon highway. Mid-size Buicks, Chevrolets, Pontiacs, Cadillacs, 26 to 31 miles per gallon highway. Today, the fact is, GM leads in more EPA car categories than any other automaker in the world. The roads aren't getting any shorter, so we have to make our mileage better.
Mike Johnson warming up on the San Antonio sideline. I wonder if we'll see him before the night's over.
Good question. I don't know. I think that Jason's been running around a good bit tonight. I can't imagine that they'd want to make a substitution. But, you know, Mike Riley is coaching the CFL, and we've been around coaches who've been with them. They'll change a quarterback quicker than they'll change a receiver. It's up to San Antonio's defense now to make a big play.
They came up with a nice series last time. This time Birmingham on the ground. Elroy Harris got it out across the 35 to the 36 is all.
Again, you can see the aggressive pursuit that San Antonio has on defense, and I think that Birmingham has done a real nice job of playing against that.
Kennedy Wilson in on that tackle, number 46. He's actually playing some linebacker tonight because San Antonio's a little short in their linebacking core due to injuries. And Ledbetter, 94, right there on the left of your screen, can move around from the defensive end spot back to the outside linebacker. So San Antonio shifting a bit on defense. It is 2nd down and 9 for Birmingham. That's Mobley again in motion. Comes a blitz. It's on Brent Peace. He has time and goes deep to the far sideline, and his receiver pulled up on him, Willie Boyer. And he got tagged, too.
No, the fans are booing. I don't know what Brent Peace is supposed to do there. Actually, what he has going on, he has an out-and-up pattern by Boyer. Boyer actually took it to about 16 yards, and then he turns up. I think Peace realizes that he's got a blitz, so he's trying to hold on to it as long as he can before he has to get rid of it. And he actually pays the price. It's almost impossible. As you can hear, he knows what's going on. He knows that he didn't have the proper play on against that defense. I'd be saying more than that, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, he held back nicely, didn't he? 3rd and 9 from the gun. And delay a game on Birmingham.
Offense, number 10.
So it's going to be 3rd and 14 for Chan Gailey's troops.
962 seam. 962. Switch left. Watch mark.
5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
962 seam. 962 seam. Ready?
962 seam. That's their pass pattern.
Stacy, be ready.
He's telling Stacy Mobley to be ready and look quick because he's afraid that they're going to blitz.
Stacy Mobley, number 83, is the top of the 3 receivers there on the left side. Peace has to scramble around, and down he goes. Dumped by Greg Ross, the nose tackle, back near the 16-yard line.
That's an interesting thing there. That time San Antonio did not blitz. The play prior to that, they showed the blitz. This time, Greg Ross just gets off the ball real quick and gets into the backfield to sack Brent Peace.
Chad Gailey takes the headset off to let somebody hear about something. I think he was trying to save our ears, and now his punter is at his 5-yard line. Maggio's punted brilliantly tonight, but again, 10 men up for San Antonio. Let's see if they come with the heat. He's averaging 45 yards a kick tonight. He got at least that much out of this one. Searcy has to back up over his shoulder at the 28-yard line and backpedals inside the 25 and goes down there. And it's Phil Ross, the tight end on the special teams, who made the tackle.
You know, Brett, I think that if your offense is kind of sputtering, it needs a kickstart. The way that you can do that, you can do that on special teams. And unfortunately, I would like to see San Antonio rush 10 guys. Let's go. Let's bring it on. And actually what they're doing, they're bringing in Johnson now to give that kickstart. Let's see if he can, get this offense going.
Jason Garrett goes to the sideline. Mike Johnson comes in, the left-handed quarterback out of Akron, who had a nice start last week, 5 out of 6, including an 82-yard touchdown pass before he was pulled in favor of Jason Garrett. And here he is running for his life on his first play of the night, and knocked out and over by Maurice Oliver. Well, welcome to the game.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do if you're a defense. You get a new quarterback in there, you want to hit him around a little bit. That time, as Johnson approached the sideline, since it was first down, he probably should have thrown it out of bounds and got rid of the football.
Goes right through the Rydell side instead. Boom.
But instead, he keeps the ball and he takes an 8-yard loss.
Mike's got good wheels, but so does Mo Oliver, and he delivers the blow that knocks him out of bounds after the loss. And it is second down and 17. Johnson will go short. Broderick Graves. And Graves got it up the sideline before Holland bumped him out of bounds.
That was a nice play because you don't want to get, you figure you're not going to force it down the field to try to get it all back at once. Actually, that turned out to be a little screen pattern. Graves took it down the field, picked up 14 yards.
And now a more manageable situation on third down. Third down at 5 at the 30-yard line. Coming up with 3 minutes, 20 seconds left third quarter. And so far, Birmingham pitching a shutout. There's the numbers last week I talked about with Mike Johnson, including an 82-yard touchdown to Dwight Pickens. He needs 5 here. Has time. And threw into double coverage. Incomplete. Intended for John Garrett. Might have been triple coverage. There's a whole bunch of white jerseys around there.
I'd say that ball hit Garrett in the chest, but I think it kind of surprised him because there were 3 or 4 guys standing right in front of him. Somehow that ball made it through there.
The Birmingham Fire defense does its job as we get another look at that last pass.
Somehow that ball got kind of surprised John a little bit. I think what happens, the defense is used to playing against the right-hander, and all of a sudden the left-hander comes in and starts throwing those knuckleballs all over the place.
Both our punters run around 45 yards a kick tonight, and Sullivan got a nice one. Hangs up there a mile for James Henry at the 23, and he goes down at the 23. So the punt coverage has been excellent by both teams tonight. 47-yard kick and no return. We'll return with 2:33 to go, third quarter.
Where there is O, there are boys. Where there is O, there is love. And where there is O, a moment can be found. O is original. The Olympus IS-1, hundreds of options in just one camera, allowing the photographer to capture perhaps the most important O of all. Soul. Olympus. Never miss another O.
The action is hotter.
He's messy, but he's fun at parties.
The stakes are higher.
Enjoy your trip. Should go on another one.
The effects are twice as dangerous.
So what do we do now? First, we have another drink.
Brian Brown.
Keep on, corner pocket.
Brian Dennehy.
Gotcha.
FX2, The Deadly Art of Illusion. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 10th at theaters everywhere.
Well, the tide turns tonight here in Birmingham. San Antonio with big rushing totals coming in, 166 yards. It's number 1 in the World League and only 43 to show for it tonight. While Birmingham's done a nice job on the ground and have put 14 points on the board with their offense. There's a safety tonight on a bad snap and a punting situation, and that's where we stand, 16-0. The Fire in front. A copycat killer imitates Jack the Ripper. James Spader stars in Jack's Back, the USA movie, Thursday night at 9, 8 Central, right here on USA Network.
You know, Brad, football is such a game of mental toughness. I think what has happened to Birmingham in the last couple of weeks is they started out real slow. They lost 2 games to Montreal that they felt like they should have won, and they had to fight through some tough times. And all of a sudden now, they got a little confidence last week, and they're starting to play like it again tonight.
Peace will give it off to Harris. Broke a tackle, and Harris out to the 30-yard line before San Antonio's Ken Watson and Tim Walton can finally run him down. They say they have the football, too, and they do. The Riders come up with the football.
That's exactly the break that they needed. And their offense has really got to come up with some points right now. I mean, they're running out of time. They got the momentum back on their side now. Mike Johnson has got to make something happen for his team. He's got great field position.
Brent Peace thought his running back was down. Calvin Nicholson thought otherwise and got the fumble recovery. And now San Antonio working at the Birmingham 32-yard line when they'll finally put it down.
This would be a great opportunity for a play-action pass right here.
Mike Johnson in relief of Jason Garrett in at quarterback for the San Antonio Riders. Inside handoff and a major league collision. John Brantley's got to be in the middle of that pile. There he is. Vince Dooley coached him at the University of Georgia about 2 hours from here and called him the finest linebacker I ever coached. And I tell you what, he's playing like the finest linebacker in the World League tonight. There he is, 25-year-old out of University of Georgia.
You know, in this league, versatility is the key because they only have a 40-man roster. And he's doing a great job on special teams as well.
Second down, a long 9 for the Rider offense. They've got to get something going with this drive, and here it comes. Broderick Graves with an opening. Cuts it up near the 23-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Who do you think was in on the tackle,
I'd say Brantley was there, huh? He must have almost a dozen tackles tonight. They call him Rambo at the University of Georgia. Had a poster out back in the Rambo days when Stallone came out with the first movie, and he kind of Rambo'd Graves down. Third down and a yard. Graves again. Inside the 20 with a first down. Tony Bowick and John Miller in on the tackle, and Broderick Graves giving a little change of pace here from the Ricky Blake attack that we saw for most of the game.
Graves is a little bit more your halfback type player. He's only about 200 pounds. He's quicker than Ricky Blake. Ricky Blake is, like I said earlier, is more of a north-south straight-ahead runner, a pounder, a big fullback type. Is where Graves now becomes the halfback. Brings a little bit more speed. You're able to get outside with him a little bit more.
Broderick already 24 yards on just 3 carries. Johnson flips it out. Look out. Trying the screen out to Undra Johnson and almost intercepted by Tracy Sanders.
Hit Undra right in the chest with the football. There's nothing wrong with that throw right there. I think Undra just got to make the play. He's got to concentrate on that football.
Tracy Sanders, who almost comes up with the interception, played with a little more famous Sanders at Florida State named Dion. Our third quarter comes to a close. It's still all Birmingham.
Better hand soap. Not us, we can't cope. We don't need no lava soap, no. Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested? No, no, no. Lava, but don't try to cope without it soap.
This is where it happened. The breakthrough in urethane chemistry that created a car polish so technologically advanced, one application lasts an entire year. Introducing Finish 2001. The car polish you use only once every 12 months. This old car's been badly neglected. Its finish appears destroyed. With no rubbing, no buffing, Finish 2001 with its urethane formula safely brings back the showroom shine, a rich, deep gloss shine that lasts an entire year. We tested Finish 2001 against other leading polishes, even some that claim to protect your car against fire or against acid. And the test results? Nothing, but nothing protects or shines better than Finish 2001, the 12-month car polish with a 100% money-back guarantee.
Finish 2001 is available at these fine stores.
15 minutes left in this one from Legion Field in Birmingham with Michael Barkamp, Boomer Esiason. I'm Brad Nessler. Hey, San Antonio's got to get something going on offense here, Boom.
They really do. They got great field position. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with Brantley and McGowan, the inside linebackers from Birmingham. They've totally shut down the running game of San Antonio. Important for them to shut them down some more.
2nd and 10 for Johnson, who has time and zips it to the end zone. Miller almost had another interception intended for Dwight Pickens. Miller, who had 1 interception earlier, almost had his 2nd of the night.
Now that's 2 right now that Johnson's got lucky that he hasn't had interception. Threw that one a little bit behind Pickens that time. And Miller again, a very smart defensive player, and a free safety is one who has to sit out in the back, be able to scan the field. And he is a little bit slower than the normal free safety, so he's got to be smarter than the average player, and that's exactly the way he's playing free safety tonight.
3rd and 10 for Mike Johnson, who's 1 for 4 on his passing since taking over for Jason Garrett. Now he's running for his life. And finally throws intended for Graves in the middle. That's incomplete.
That's a no-no. You never run to your left and throw back to your right against the grain.
Looked like he was throwing against a gale force wind the way that thing died out in the middle of the field.
Actually, I think it was tipped a little bit. Here's Jim Gallery. Jim Gallery was a kicker for us a couple years back and actually made our squad and went 4 games into the season. Jim has a strong leg.
Let's see if he can get the 35-yarder. His longest with the Riders has been 31. He missed one earlier in the game. This one looks good. No problem for that one.
His accuracy has been his problem.
Just a little over a minute into the 4th quarter, and finally the Riders on the board.
All right, Chief.
The Allstate Good Hands Play of the Week, brought to you by Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. With Frankfurt trailing Raleigh-Durham in the closing seconds, quarterback Mike Perez has this pass nearly intercepted, only to be corralled by Cedric Gordon to give Frankfurt a thrilling come-from-behind win. And this week's Allstate Good Hands Play of the Week.
No one can guarantee you a perfect world. A world where the unexpected never intrudes. Some of us know we'll be taken care of, quickly and compassionately. In an imperfect world, you're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
World League action coming up Saturday. It'll be Birmingham and Barcelona. Ted Robinson and Dave Jennings will bring you that one from Barcelona. And then 8 o'clock on Saturday night, a couple of offerings for you. Frankfurt and Orlando. Tim Brandt, Dan Marino will be at that one. Bill McAtee and Warren Moon will see Montreal and Sacramento have at it. And then Michael and Boomer and I will be in San Antonio next week for the Monarchs unbeaten against the San Antonio Riders. More World League action on USA. Kenny Bell on a kickoff return gets it across the 20 to the 24-yard line. And Birmingham comes out now with a 16-3 lead following the 35-yard field goal by Jim Gallery to finally put the Riders on the board. It's eavesdrop on Brent Peace as he comes into the fire huddle.
Here we go. Here we go. Queen right. Zip. Bear. 136. Bear. 136. Ready? Zip.
Bear.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Bear 136 should be an off-tackle play to the right. 36.
Just got the play off before the clock expired. Peace on play action. Goes out. Almost intercepted. Trying to go to Hopkins as tight end. And the big collision there. Kennedy Wilson, Calvin Nicholson were there to get a hand on it. That would have been a key break for the Riders, obviously.
Actually, Bear 136 was a play action. Fake the 36 to the right. And you'll see Brent do that. And he comes back to his left against the grain. That's the negotiate Ledbetter.
Kennedy Wilson got his left hand on it, and that's all. And it's 2nd and 10 for Birmingham. He's straight drop. Gets some pressure over the middle. Incomplete. As Ken Watson, the strong safety, made a nice hit on the intended receiver, Stacy Mobley.
I'll tell you what's happening now is San Antonio's defense is doing a nice job of covering the underneath receivers. As soon as the ball arrives, the defender is right there.
Get right formation. Strike 602. Ready? We'll do it from this side. Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
3rd and
Get
10.
Stacy.
Telling Stacy Mobley to get 10 yards deep so he gets the first down.
That's what he needs on 3rd down from the gun. Over the middle, it's Bell, and a penalty marker down as Bell got it out across the 35 for a first down, and the penalty marker is going to go against Birmingham. You heard Brent Peace say, what is it, what is it?
Number 73 offense.
That's what it is. Negates a first down. Buddy King, the right tackle.
That's almost as bad as a turnover, to tell you. If there's an ever opportunity for a turnover for an offensive lineman, this is it right here. You can see King holding Ledbetter.
He had Ledbetter right between the lead and the better there on the back of the jersey. So instead of a first down out at the 36-yard line, they back it up, and it's 3rd down and a mile from the 14.
Watch for the shovel pass here.
They scored on it earlier with Steve Avery. Birmingham, no first downs this half, yet they still lead by 13 points.
Watch out for the interception here as well.
Peace with time. Comes to the near side, and it is tipped and incomplete. There was about 5 players around that. Nobody could haul it in.
If I'm San Antonio now, I come after this punter. Let's make something happen here on special teams.
Kirk Maggio's done a great job kicking tonight.
Especially when the punter is punting as well as he's been punting all night long. He's averaging 45 yards tonight on every punt. They got 10 men on the line of scrimmage.
Maggio right at the goal line. Searcy's deep for San Antonio. Going to put the return on. And Searcy fields at the 46. Looking for a wall of help and only got about 2 yards before Junior Jackson undercut him. 2-yard return, but excellent field position for the San Antonio Riders offense. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the football game. And the Riders trailing by 13, but we'll see what they can do on offense when we come back.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 upper running backs. You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem.
Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think he'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Awesome.
Ruthless. Deadly. Think about it again. And they're taking on Harlem. I'm gonna put you out your misery. Now the only thing standing in their way are these unlikely heroes.
I'll give you 1 bullet. 1 bullet's right. 1 bullet.
And they're starting a rage. A rage in Harlem. Rated R.
Questions are being asked about hair loss. Mine were answered by this booklet. It's free and it's put together by the Hair Replacement Centers. And to help you get it, they'll even give you this 800 number. Now with this free call, you can find out why their non-surgical individual strand application works. Looking natural is something I depend on. So for me, the Hair Replacement Centers is the natural choice.
Call Hair Replacement Centers now for your free informative booklet. 1-800-453-6600.
The action as the Frankfurt Galaxy goes head-to-head with the Orlando Thunder. World League Football on USA, Saturday at 8 Eastern.
Andre Johnson on first down. Gets into Birmingham territory at the 47-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 6 with 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game. It is 16-3 Birmingham. San Antonio with Mike Johnson in at quarterback. Inside give to Johnson. What a shot he took from Junior Jackson. Well, we told you he's a guy that maybe could start for some other teams. I think he wants to start here.
He really made his presence known on that play. Watch how he meets Johnson right in the hole behind the trap of Kieselak.
Oof. Oof. He had 2 hits like that on special teams 2 weeks ago when we were here. And it is 3rd down and a long 5 now for the Riders. Trailing by 13. They obviously need this 3rd down conversion. Johnson maybe can run for it. Here he goes. Took a shot and got the 1st down at the 39. And that keeps the San Antonio drive alive.
Again, in the defensive scheme of things, the quarterback is the one guy that is left alone.
We'll see Paul McGowan track down Johnson, but not before he gets the 1st down. Needed 5, and he got about 6.5.
Here comes Johnson at you, trying to make a move. McGowan sticks his head right on the ball, like all good linebackers try to do.
Still, it's a 1st down for the Riders at the Fire 39. Play fake. Johnson loading the left hand, still looking for a receiver, and he goes out of bounds. He'll lose a couple of yards. Maurice Oliver ran him up.
Well, I'll tell you right now, one thing I don't like about San Antonio is that they've totally abandoned their no-huddle offense, and I don't know if that's because, you know, Mike Johnson hasn't really practiced with it, because he, you know, like I said, he didn't start the season with the Riders. But one thing that Jason Garrett does give you when he is in the game, the ability to run that no-huddle offense and save some time. Right now they're running the clock all the way down under 10 seconds every time he snaps the ball.
2nd and 11. There's the game clock in the corner of your screen. Riders need to get a touchdown to get back in this game, and that one is low and incomplete. Intended for Andre Johnson. Pressure came from Steve Heisch, the left outside linebacker. So now you got 3rd down and 11.
They're actually in 2-down territory here. If he can pick up some yardage, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Look at that. The Riders have done a better job this half, at least. The Fire has been totally out, but with a 16-0 lead before the field goal from Gallery, Birmingham still having it their way. And a timeout called for by Mike Johnson, as either somebody was in the wrong position or he didn't understand what the play was, and Mike Riley will have a chat with him with 9:05 to go in the ball game. The San Antonio Riders trying to win their 4th straight ball game, but they are on the shorthand here at Legion Field in Birmingham.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find better.
Now you can enjoy the drink that's been on every Russian space mission. Sputnik, made with 10% real beet juice and plenty of...
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Because if you don't watch your figure, who will?
It's the right beer now.
Because when it comes to water, the only place to start is at the top.
It's the right beer now.
Because when the party's going full steam, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the beer that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet.
Coors Light, it's the right beer now.
This new GE compact camcorder makes it easy to choose the right video camera. It's simple to use. Records up to 90 minutes on one take. And since the VHS-compatible cassette plays in virtually any VCR, you can send it right off to Grandma. Or keep the cassette and send the kids off to Grandma.
The new GE compact camcorder. Easy to use, easy to choose.
Divided by law, drawn by desire, until a murder came between them.
Web of Deceit, Wednesday, May.
Draw first, James. Draw first.
Looking through the face mask of Paul McGowan, who's wearing our USA helmet cam tonight on the defensive side of the ball for Birmingham, and looking at a San Antonio team that needs 11 yards on third down. Johnson rolls to his left. Brantley chasing. And way back is Ronnie Williams, his tight end. Now, how much ground can he make up? Williams inside the 35, and that's it. All of that, and he got about 5 yards.
Say the one thing that the San Antonio offense does not have any semblance of consistency at all. Right now, Mike Johnson is running around for his life back there against a three-man rush, and I don't.
21.
And I don't know the reason for that other than he's probably not getting the protection.
4th down and 6 for Johnson and the Riders offense. If they don't pick this up, this one might be in the books. We still have 8 minutes plus to go, though. Johnson, quick slant, got it to Pickens. First down.
They stood in that pocket real nice that time. It was a big play, 4th and 6. Showed a lot of poise.
Got 14 yards.
Knew he needed that completion. Now, he showed me something there. He stood right in there, delivered the ball. Pickens went up nice, shielded the ball from the defender with his body. Again, I'd like to see them go back to their no huddle and save some time here.
Pickens' first catch of the night. It is a big one for 14 yards and a first down at the 22-yard line of Birmingham. Andre Johnson in motion out of the backfield. Mike Johnson to throw. Plenty of time. Goes short to Ricky Blake. Blake got a nice block from one of the officials and then bulls his way down to the 19-yard line.
Again, there you go. You have a defensive back against Ricky Blake. Johnny Holland. Johnny Holland about half the size of what Ricky Blake is. Boy, I'll tell you, those big running backs, they love to come around those corners and see those little DBs sitting there waiting for them.
One of the best blocks of the night thrown by the umpire, Bud Williams. You might see it right here coming up in the middle of the screen. Watch the umpire getting away. Look out, Bud. That's a decent brush block, isn't it, Boomer?
He's kind of cringing right there as that collision took place behind him.
2nd and 7. Johnson goes deep, and it's intercepted. Tracy Sanders with the interception at the goal line. And let's see, was it the 1-yard line or does momentum carry him in? I think the officials are going to say maybe at the 1. And either way, the Fire takes over with another interception. Miller had one earlier, now Sanders.
I know Mike Johnson's trying to make plays out there. That's exactly why he's in there. He knows that.
Larry Nemmer's going to straighten it out. Our referee tell us where the ball is going to be spotted.
They called it a touchback, actually, Brad. You know, Mike's trying to make plays. He's trying to get points on the board. He realizes that he's running out of time. Actually kind of hangs that ball up in between Williams and Johnson.
Tracy Sanders with a nice interception. His momentum carried him in the end zone, and the Birmingham offense takes over at the 20. There's a couple of disgruntled quarterbacks. Jason Garrett on the right, who started the game. Mike Johnson right there, who just threw the interception. And San Antonio so desperately needed a touchdown to stay in this game. Now they put the pressure on their defense again. Still some hitting going on.
Well, if you're San Antonio's defense right now, you're trying to strip that ball. You're trying to do anything you can to get that ball on the ground. Now, on the other side of the ball, you're Birmingham. You're going to use the entire 30-second clock. You're going to wind it down.
See the timeout situation remaining. That's Greg Newhouse, the defensive coordinator for San Antonio. That's a new look on the sidelines for a lot of the coaches around the World League. It's a wet look cover. And
you got a left. Weak.
2nd down and 6. Fire just want to use some clock. And here comes Elroy Harris. He's done a fine job tonight out to the 29-yard line, just about a couple of feet short of the first down. Ledbetter made the tackle. And we're going to be under 6 minutes the next time the Fire snaps the football.
Big play right here for San Antonio's defense.
135 rain. 135 rain. Ready?
You'll have an off-tackle play to the left.
Elroy Harris off the left side here.
With Steve Avery probably leading the way. There it is. And he didn't get it, I don't think.
That was a great play by the San Antonio defense. Point of attack, they just completely dismantled the offensive line for Birmingham.
You got to feel good for Roderick Manning. They've picked on his aggressiveness a couple of times tonight. He made a great hit there and brings up a 4th down. So the Riders defense does the job.
That off-tackle play is the exact type of play that an aggressive defender is going to make. Because it's a straight-ahead play. And does a nice job of getting across the line of scrimmage and making a tackle in the backfield. Here's a point where you want to try to block a punt now.
Maggio has kicked well all night.
They're still setting up the return. I can't believe that they wouldn't go for the block punt.
Let's see what Searcy can do with it from the 22. Trying to get to the left corner and cannot get there. Nice coverage again. And Paul McGowan wearing the USA helmet cam. Shags him down after a 6-yard return and another 49-yard kick. Let's see Paul McGowan bringing it down on the punt team. And as he does, Searcy looking for a way to get away from number 53, and he can't figure it out. 4:55 to play. We'll be back.
When you buy Valvoline motor oil, you get quality, and now, great taste. Buy 12 quarts of Valvoline motor oil and buy 12 cans of any Coca-Cola product. We'll pay for the Coca-Cola product. People who know use Valvoline.
It's moistened by the mist and sweetened by the sun. The Calapuno coconut is the favorite coconut in paradise, and only one thing can top it. Bounty Calapuno coconut topped with milk or dark chocolate.
Power Stick antiperspirant. It gives a man what he needs to excel. Power. Control. Power Stick. Stroke per stroke, 50% more power. 50% more odor and wetness fighters. 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. All day, all night. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
Isn't Sir John late for tea?
Yes. I rather think he is. Rather. Jolly good cup of tea, Perkins.
Now no one is safe from American football. KFC introduces the World League Challenge Sweepstakes. You could win $1 million instantly, or over 10 million other prizes, including delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. So rush into your local KFC restaurant and play today.
Good luck, Huge!
Take a look at our USA game summary. Steve Avery with touchdown receptions of 11 and 32 yards. John Brantley's been a ball of fire for the Birmingham defense. Jason Garrett was replaced by Mike Johnson on the San Antonio side. And the leading rusher in the league, Ricky Blake, has been held completely in check by the Fire defense. And it is 16-3 with under 5 minutes to go. And Mike Johnson loading and going deep. Man open. And he got him inside the 40. Lee Morris down the sideline. This is a touchdown, San Antonio. 73 yards. Now we got a ball game just in one play.
I'll tell you, all that was just spontaneity on the part of Mike Johnson. He was just trying to make a play, and Lee Morris actually comes out of nowhere. Birmingham in their prevent defense, the only thing that ever prevents
is a win, right?
Is a win, really, to tell you the truth. You can see Johnson is rolling to his left, playing around back there. It's like street ball right now. There's no pass rush. They're only rushing 3, but there are 8 guys in the secondary playing zones. And what happens when the quarterback has that much time to be running around, those zones are going to be distorted, and that's exactly what happens.
And a missed tackle ends up being a 73-yard touchdown.
Can you believe it? I mean,
John Holland's a guy trying to stay with Morris, and he misses a tackle here at the end of this play.
This is a street ball right here, I'll tell you. I mean, it's just it's unexplainable. They'll be in the defensive film meetings tomorrow, and they'll be saying, how does that happen?
That's
I
right.
mean, and that's just a big play that when things like that start happening and things get distorted, you know what happens at the end of games. I mean, it's literally it's a great play. Spontaneous action by both Morris and Johnson.
Gallery in for the point after. try to make it a 6-point ball game, and he does. And with 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go, a lot of the fans in Birmingham were heading to the parking lot, very comfortable with the fact that their team had a 16-3 lead, but a lot of them put on the brakes on their way to the exits because the San Antonio Riders on that pass from Johnson to Lee Morris in a hurry, 73 yards and a touchdown, and now it is 16-10.
I'll tell you what, now if you're Birmingham's offense, you've got to get a first down. They haven't done anything in the second half.
Pressure's on them now.
It really is, and you can feel the momentum swing here. If Birmingham can get a couple first downs, they can run the clock out. Remember earlier what has happened is that San Antonio used up one of their timeouts. Actually have one left, I believe, now. They've used up 2 of their timeouts. So that's going to hurt them going into the final minutes of this ball game. But Birmingham still has to pick up some first downs here.
And they don't have one this half. 1 timeout left for San Antonio. The Fire with 3 left, and all they want now is the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds to breeze by so they can go home with a 6-point win. San Antonio trying to pull a come-from-behind stunner here to win their 4th straight. They're 6 points down. Let's see what they do here on the kickoff.
And this is always a dangerous play after a momentum swing. A kickoff like this can result into a fumble. You got to be real wary of where this ball is going to be.
Gallery blasted it. In fact, kicked it out of the end zone as Kenny Bell got out of the way. Had he touched that, he would have had to have returned it, or they would spot it at the 10. As it is with a touchback, it comes out to the 20.
35.
Here you go. You hear wing left, Topo.
12S.
135 should be an off tackle to the left side. They're going to try to run the ball. Really what happens, you're seeing the reins are being pulled in on the offense. And it's a very dangerous situation that you find yourself in as a quarterback.
Remember, you can't use as much time in this league because of the huddle clock. You can't just think you can run it 3 times with San Antonio's timeout position and win the game. You got to get a first down.
You need yards. You got to have yards on first down, and 3 yards is not going to cut it.
Elroy Harris carried at that time and got 2.
Actually got.
Okay, go with a Queen right, go Lee 615.
Here you go, sure. Queen right, Lee 615. Lee 615. Ready? Step to your right now.
2nd down and 8. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. In fact, we'll have less than 4 when Birmingham snaps it. Little draw play to Harris. Got some room off the left side. And Kennedy Wilson runs him down. And a big 3rd down and about 3 coming up for the Birmingham offense.
That was a good safe play. Again, you're playing off the aggressiveness of the San Antonio defense by running draw plays.
Harris now 50 yards on the night running the ball.
King right, 138.
King right 138 should be an outside run to the right side.
King right 138. 138. Ready?
All your even numbers, your 38s, your 36s, are to the right side.
Here we go.
The higher the number, the further outside they go. So 38 should be outside right side.
Let's see if San Antonio's left side of their defense can stretch it out. They do.
And I'll tell you who made a nice play that time was number 58. Manning again makes a nice play.
And Greg Gilbert, the inside linebacker, 55, also there. And it's a punting situation. 3 and out, exactly what the Fire didn't want, Boomer.
I'll tell you what, San Antonio's defense deserves a lot of credit the second half for shutting down the Birmingham Fire.
That's right.
This is the defense that Mike Riley was so impressed by that we didn't see in the first half.
And now 2 minutes and 43 seconds, as you see, remaining. Maggio taking all the time in the world before the punt. They almost got to him this time. Searcy with a return from the 36-yard line. And slips after about a 2-yard return, but 62 yards away from the Birmingham end zone are the San Antonio Riders, and they've got 2 minutes and 31 seconds to work with. So this game is far from over. 16-10 Birmingham. The Fire's been extinguished in the second half. No first downs. It really cost them there. They had to give it back to the Riders offense.
Well, usually happens to a team that has a big lead and has had this lead for a great amount of time during the game, is that the team will lose its aggressiveness on both defense and offense. And we've seen that in the last couple of series. The Birmingham defense last series just rushed 3 guys and were playing that prevent, as opposed to be blitzing the way they've done all night long.
Garrett Hesson Williams to the left side, and on the ground go the Riders, and Blake got it to the 40, and that's it. Trying to surprise the Fire defense maybe a little bit. Now they would almost have to go with a no huddle, wouldn't they? They don't want to blow an opportunity here. 2-minute warnings coming up.
There's no question that's what they have to do now, and that's exactly what they're doing. Probably called 2 plays in the huddle prior to the first snap.
Johnson in trouble. Oliver chasing. He gets away and now throws back across the grain again to Ricky Blake. And Blake puts his head down, and he's got a first down at midfield. Wow, he's something when he gets going in that direction, isn't he?
The nice thing about Ricky Blake is that he's been shut down tonight, but I'll tell you what, when he's had the opportunity to make the play, he's made it.
2-minute warning.
Watch how low he stays at the ground. He is delivering the blow. That's exactly what you want to do when you are a running back.
Heish couldn't bring him down. Brantley finally did, but it's a first down with 1:57 to go. Don't go away.
A company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better, and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
When your office is 200,000 acres of rugged woodland, and you train the men who prevent anything from happening to it, you can't depend on just any deodorant. Men count on Old Spice deodorant. It works to prevent odor, to neutralize it before it starts. There's nothing else this effective with the clean classic scent of Old Spice.
Hi, Ann. Just at the office.
You bet. Old Spice deodorant, because prevention is the ultimate form of protection. Count on it.
The World League on USA has been brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. By the Reebok Pump Up, and they're out. And by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottler.
The skies have opened over Legion Field in Birmingham with Michael Barkan and Boomer Esiason. I'm Brad Nessler, and we have got quite a finish lined up for Mike Riley and his San Antonio Riders. 1:57 to go. Mike Johnson at quarterback, and a 16-10 Birmingham lead as you look through the cage of Paul McGowan, the inside linebacker for the Fire.
Mike Johnson's the type of quarterback that drives defenses crazy because he's not going to sit in the pocket and wait. He's going to keep moving.
Going deep for Pickens, who's out there, and Miller broke it up at the last instant. It just hung up a little too long, and number 44 was there.
I think he was surprised to see how open Pickens was, and he just wanted to lay it out there and let him get it. But again, John Miller doesn't possess the great speed, but he always seems to get himself in the right spot.
That play took 7 seconds, 1:50, and the clock stopped. It'll be second down and 10, and the Riders bring it up at the 49-yard line of Birmingham. Johnson fires out to Pickens this time, trying to get out of bounds, and does a nice job. Got out at the 42. They picked up about 7. Third down and 3.
That's a good play. It's a smart play by both Johnson and Pickens to hit the guy on the sideline and get out of bounds.
Left 723. Look for the hitch to Dwight. Trips left 723.
You heard him say, look to the hitch to Dwight. Dwight Pickens up on the right, number 84, is going to run a little hitch pattern. It's going to be about a 6-yard plant and stop and come back to the ball.
He's at the top of your screen. Johnson looks that way and now goes deep for Hess, and it's picked off. And it's John Holland. Third interception of the night for the Birmingham Fire, and this one should sew up the ball game. The play was there. It just took a little too long again, I think, Boomer.
It was just a great play by Holland that time to time. You'll see now. Watch how Holland keeps his eyes inside. Out of nowhere to make the nice, fine leaping grab. I'll tell you what, it was a nice play by Holland. He was actually in a deep zone. He came back inside. Johnson trying to hit a seam pattern between Holland and Miller, right up the middle of the field.
You could almost see the expression on Bill Hess, who expected that ball to come into his hands for the touchdown, and Holland with a great play at the very last instant. Birmingham with the ball back, and now they don't really even need too much here. They get it out to the 25 as San Antonio is going to be forced to use their final timeout.
I'll tell you what, Bell is down on the field and he's a little bit hurt. That could be a timeout.
You're right.
It is. Timeout against Birmingham. When your man on your side is hurt inside of the last 2 minutes, it's an automatic timeout assessed to your team.
Thanks to who? The Seattle Seahawks, right? And that rule come
Joe
into the
Nash.
NFL?
I don't know. It might have. I remember back in '88 when we were playing them in the playoffs, Joe Nash kept on getting hurt, their nose tackle.
That's right. It was your game. Exactly.
He actually tried to combat our no-huddle offense. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Joe Nash was not getting hurt, but he was getting hurt almost on every third down play.
Okay. I think we got you.
You know, the first time I was really worried about him, the way he was holding on to his knee, but after that, I was kind of wondering whether or not he was playing with the rules.
Come on, Denver.
It's all right.
Dan Gailey, whose team trying to go to 3-3, which would put them in a tie with San Antonio for the top spot in their division. And they're a minute and 13 seconds away from that win.
4:35.
Down! Second down and 8. And met head on by Roderick Manning is Elroy Harris.
I'll tell you what, as well as John Brantley has played for Birmingham, Roderick Manning has played just as good for San Antonio. He's been all over the field tonight. They played against his aggressiveness.
A little slow to get up. He made a great tackle on that last stop.
I'll tell you what's going to happen here. If they don't get a first down, San Antonio will call timeout, and then we'll go for the block punt, I would imagine.
We're down to 42 seconds. That's the game clock there running in the corner of your screen.
Hurry up, hurry up.
And it is third down and 10. They've got 4 seconds to get this play off. Just got it off before the clock expired. And there's the hit. And now you'll see San Antonio take a quick timeout with 28 seconds, 27 seconds left in the game. It's just unbelievable. The Riders are going to get one more crack at this thing.
One of the reasons the Riders did not call timeout on the previous play is because after fourth down, if there's a change of possession, the clock will stop.
Chad, regular snap. Just snap into the field. You run out of the back of the end zone.
All right, he's telling his punter to take a safety, which is a smart play.
Regular snap. It'll come from the 22-yard line. And the snap will be about 15 yards deep. And then Kurt Maggio is going to turn around and head the other way. So if this looks weird to you, it is a planned play by the Birmingham Fire special team. John Brantley, number 54, 14 tackles or more. We had him at 14 at one point. And 14 is what he's going to end up with. He is our KFC player of the game tonight, John Brantley. Kentucky Fried Chicken will make a donation of $1,000 in John Brantley's name to DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education. Our congratulations to Brantley on a superb defensive effort tonight.
Now, he's probably upset that they're taking a safety. He probably wants to go down there and tackle somebody, to tell you the truth.
San Antonio, 10 people up. Maggio takes it and heads the other way. That's a smart football play. It's a strange-looking one, but the 2 points goes up for San Antonio. It is now 16-12. There are 21 seconds left.
It's a smart football play because the Riders would have had to score a touchdown anyway to win the football game. A field goal is not going to help them.
The only thing is here, you want a great punt, and you don't want the guy to go the distance, or it looks like one of the dumber plays in football history.
No, I mean, you know, the thing about it is he gets the punt now from almost the same spot on the field as he would abnormally.
With no pressure.
With no rush, nothing else to worry about. And this way, you know, San Antonio still needs a touchdown to win the game.
Again, a field goal does him no good.
So it's a smart play by Coach Gailey. He was very much in tune to what was needed and what had to be done. And he's playing the clock and he's playing the scoreboard.
John Brantley, 14 tackles on the night, our KFC player of the game.
I don't know what happened to Birmingham's offense in the second half. I'll tell you, though, that's something they're going to feel good about winning this game, but they're going to have to go back and fine-tune their offense again.
This is going to be called surviving a win. 16 points in the first half, and remember, John Miller had an interception that got him in good shape. They got a safety, and so that helped the cause. They had a 16-0 lead at halftime. San Antonio's edged back in it, and now the hopes of San Antonio on number 80, Elliot Searcy. And Maggio's kicked so well all night with a rush coming. Has a freebie here from the 20-yard line. Let's see what he does with nobody coming after him. Not one of his better kicks, actually. Searcy will field it at the 29. Riders set up the wall. Searcy heads for the sideline, and now the Riders are 60 yards away from the Birmingham end zone with 17 seconds to play.
Okay, if you're the Riders now, I mean, if you're Birmingham and you're on defense, what you need to do is you need to put 3 guys back deep. Don't want anybody get past you, and cover the sidelines. Let them catch the ball over the middle. That doesn't matter. The clock will keep running. Riders have no timeouts left.
Producer tonight, Kenny Wolf. Craig Janoff, our director. Executive producer of USA's World League Football, Gordon Beck. Marty Aronoff with stats tonight for us. Miller Hope, our spotter. And we've got 17 to play, and the Riders need a touchdown. Johnson rolls to buy himself a little time, and now load it with a left arm and goes all the way back across the field. That was close. Tipped, and Pickens was kind of waiting on it, and he couldn't come up with it.
Again, that's a planned play in this particular point. What he's going to do is going to roll all the way to his left, and Pickens is going to try to get lost on the right sideline. Mike Riley feels that Johnson has the arm to get the ball back there.
Now do you load it up to one side and go trip receivers and try to hope somebody pass interferes with your guys?
This has got to be your Hail Mary pass here. I mean, I would imagine he's got time for one play, and that's it.
Johnson sets, fires it. Final play of the game, it'll be an interception. Arthur Hunter. Now everybody in the secondary's got one for Birmingham. Hunter, Sanders, Miller, and Holland.
Birmingham's defense won this game for them.
We said that their turnover ratio was the best in the league and that they would need some turnovers tonight. They get 4 interceptions as Chan Gailey's team goes to 3-3.
Come on, guys, let's see it.
So now there's a tie atop the top spot in the North American Western Division. Brent Peace, a couple of touchdowns tonight in the first half. Mike Johnson in relief threw one, but also threw a couple interceptions. And the final tonight from Legion Field in Birmingham. The Fire, a 4-point win, 16-12. 16-12, the final score. We'll talk to some of the key players and coaches of this one when we come back to Birmingham after this.
Isn't Sir John late for tea?
Yes. I rather think he is. Rather. Jolly good cup of tea, Perkins.
Now no one is safe from American football. KFC introduces the World League Challenge Sweepstakes. You could win $1 million instantly, or over 10 million other prizes, including delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken. So rush into your local KFC restaurant and play today. Good luck, dude!
No one can guarantee you a perfect world. A world where the unexpected never intrudes. Some of us know we'll be taken care of quickly and compassionately. In an imperfect world, you're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
You've arrived when you customize clothes, clubs, bag, but only one golf shoe gives every golfer a custom fit now that the pump from Reebok has arrived. I pump up for support, protection, and a custom fit. So before you tee up, pump up. Oh, and Curtis, don't be so strange. Pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
16-12, our final. Birmingham wins it. The winning coach and some of the key players with Michael Barkan down on the field. Bark.
Brad, we got a happy trio right here. We got John Brantley, we've got the coach, Chan Gailey, and we've got Brent Peace, quarterback. We'll start with coach right here. It's got to be a great win for you, second win in a row, and you wanted things to change over the past 2 weeks. How have they?
Well, the thing that happened from where our players were after being 1-3 to where they are now, getting it back to 3-3, these guys just deserve so much credit. The coaching staff, the assistant coaches, and these guys have worked extremely hard, and it obviously gives us a boost heading to Europe now.
What was the bottom line for you in terms of your defense? Because you had several worries from their side of the ball.
Well, we had to stop the run, and we knew that, and it was amazing to us. They came out and tried to throw the ball early, and our secondary and linebackers and pass rush can create some problems, but we stopped the run basically, and that's the key to victory.
Talk to me about the guy on your right. He's endured a lot over the past couple of weeks.
Sure
what has he shown you?
Well, obviously he has a lot of intestinal fortitude. That goes without saying, but the other thing is a tremendous amount of class and poise. It would have been easy to break under certain circumstances and similar to these, and he's done an excellent job. I'm very proud of him as a person and as a football player.
All right, we'll get to Brent in a second. John Brantley, defensively, you guys shut him down pretty good. What was the game plan? 14 tackles for you.
Well, the game plan, first of all, was just try to stop the run, not give up the big plays on the run. We knew Blake was a great runner, run hard, and he did tonight. And the coaches come up with a great game plan. We just went out, practiced hard. We knew it was going to be a street fight, and we just tried to do our best. We knew it was going to come down to the end of the game, and who was wanting it the most at the end, we knew it was going to win the game.
What does this mean now in terms of the division? You even up everything. Things looking good for you.
This is what we were wanting. We knew how important this game was. With a win, it puts us in first. With a loss, it's going to be hard for us to reach playoffs. And we knew that going in. We knew how important this game was, and we knew it was going to be a tough battle. And we just came out here to play as hard as we could.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks
I'll let you get back in, Coach. I'll let you get back in. Let's talk to the man of the hour, Brent Peace. Talk to me again about what this game means. Last week, you really got on track, 2 touchdown passes, and then tonight, again, you played well, very well first half.
Yeah, the weather kind of took a part in the second half, but we just came out and we executed, and I think it really shows that our running game, people are really becoming aware of it. With Elroy's really helped us, and the line's really getting off the ball. And and like Coach said, if we just go out every week and prepare and take care, because we'll play hard every week, and just go out and execute plays, we'll put some points on the board, and that's what we've been doing.
You spoke of rain and you spoke of preparation. The second half, your offense kind of went downhill a little bit. What do you attribute that to?
Well, we were ahead 16 points, and we figured, the line, we were getting good gains on first down, and we got a little conservative, but I think we were in the position where we could, and at times we needed to get a few key first downs, and we didn't, but our defense picked that up. And we know that with the defense that we have, that's going to be tough, and they hit a big play right there, the one they scored, and our defense came back and made the plays at the end too.
Now you got to go to Barcelona next week. You leave on Wednesday, you play on Saturday. Can you do it and win? I mean, the time change is going to be brutal.
Yeah, but I think that's what we're professionals, and we're not going to go out and put ourselves in a situation where we're tired. We're all going to get our rest and eat well, and study our game plans and spend a lot of time together on this road trip.
Finally, again, I'll ask you one more time. You said you don't worry about what the critics say, but this really has to take a little bit of a weight off your shoulders, especially after last week and this week, 2 good victories back to back.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, when people there always seems to be the pessimistic people out there saying what they have to say, but they get paid to do that, and I get paid to go out and play well and not commit turnovers and lose the ball game and make plays, and that's basically what we're trying to do. And everybody's kind of picked up the slack on our team.
You see what happens when you wear a helmet, Cam?
Yeah, good things. I don't know how that rain was with it, though.
All right, Brad. Congratulations, Brent. Brad, back to you.
All right, Bark, thanks. And for Brent, the second week of peace and quiet. Only 4 completions, but 2 of them touchdowns. And his team wins its 2nd game in a row, and they move into a tie for the top spot in the division. Both clubs now 3-3, San Antonio and Birmingham. 16-12 the final. Boomer and I have some final comments when we come back.
I am a car maker. Making cars friendlier to the environment is something I think about a lot.
One answer is more fuel-efficient cars.
We're also working on alternative fuels, like our Impact, designed to be the first really practical electric car with enough zip for the California freeways.
25 GM cars today put out the same amount of tailpipe emissions as one car from 1970. Now that's progress.
Power Stick Antiperspirant. It gives a man what he needs to excel. Power. Control. Power Stick. Stroke for stroke, 50% more power. 50% more odor and wetness fighters. 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. All day, all night. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
$1 million is on the line in USA Network's World League Challenge, and you can win it instantly, along with a world of other big prizes. If you have the guts to play. Remember, one play and life could be a whole new ball game. Catch World League football action on USA Network. Grab a World League Challenge game piece at participating KFC restaurants during April.
Final score tonight at Legion Field in Birmingham. The Fire wins it by 4, 16-12, and thus with their second straight victory, they snap San Antonio's 3-game winning streak. That's where it stops. And here's how the standings look now in the North American West. Birmingham and San Antonio 3-3, with Sacramento at 2-4. Maybe more importantly, Boomer, is that Birmingham is 2-0 in their division, and San Antonio falls to 1-1. So right now they're kind of in the driver's seat if they can keep winning.
Well, it's the one thing that Chan Gailey has preached to his team all the last couple of weeks, is that it was all in their power if they wanted to go out and win football games. I think that both of these teams, however, have very difficult tasks in front of them next week. San Antonio against New York in San Antonio. We'll be at that game. But also, I think Birmingham has to go to Barcelona, and that's going to be a tough trip for them.
All 16 points tonight for the Birmingham Fire comes in a span of about 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the second quarter. They probably, I think, set a World League record. They didn't get a first down in the second half, and still they win the ball game tonight. As Boomer and I said at the top of the show, they needed their defense to come through. Their defense came through. 4 interceptions tonight, and they're going to continue to lead the league in the turnover ratio. And right now they're atop the North American West, tied with San Antonio, that is, at 3-3 after they win here tonight. 16-12. Saturday, 2 o'clock, more World League action. Ted Robinson and Dave Jennings will be in Barcelona for the Fire and Barcelona. And then Saturday night, Frankfurt and Orlando. Tim Brandt and Dan Marino bring you that one. Or the Montreal Machine and the Sacramento Surge. Warren Moon and Bill McAtee have all that action for you. Check your local listings. Coming up, Miami Vice on the East Coast. Murder, She Wrote, on the West Coast. That's all she wrote, folks, from Legion Field, Birmingham. A couple of old friends shake hands. Chan Gailey's troops win it 16-12. For Michael Barkan and Boomer Esiason, I'm Brad Nessler. See you next Monday night in San Antonio. Good night, everybody.
This USA